welcome early heads. We will be starting in a few. Enjoy the deprogram soundtrack in the meanwhile, and maybe a little bit of Conclusion Yugo. Hello, early heads. How are we doing this fine morning, evening / afternoon? It is indeed Saturday, 22nd of February. Thank you very much, Ping Vinley, for starting us out with that beautiful, beautiful sub. How is my lovely chat doing? I hope you are okay. I hit myself in the head right before coming on. That was quite something. Look, like I think I'm bleeding a little bit. What the shit? Yeah, there was like a small door that I didn't notice was very small. So I completely annihilated myself right before coming into the apartment so I can start the stream. What's up, chat? How we doing? I'll survive. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's a little boo-boo. It's a little boo-boo, but it too shall pass. It too shall pass. How are we doing? I think that OBS is fucking with my audio. I wish a very happy diarrhea forever to... Okay, no, it works. Okay, a very happy diarrhea forever to everybody who worked on the last OBS update, if that's even a thing, because apparently it's a free-use software. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? What's up, chat? How are you guys doing? What are you up to? Today I went for a very long walk.
So you might have noticed that seated at Trump's...
Shut the fuck up, you fucking white boy. I went to to an overpriced brunch place. She got avocado toast. It was more like avocado and absolutely no toast. Fucking what's up with this health shit, man? I want it greasy. I want those eggs to fucking explode on top of the avocado toast. And I want some toast there. What's the use of being a privileged European that does not have to pay $500 per egg when you don't get like big, juicy, fucking proper made chicken, period, on your table. We used to have like these very cheap breakfast places, similar to American diners to an extent, but they're no longer trendy. And now we have brunch places that charge you fucking 15 euros for an avocado toast. Absolutely insane behavior. The market improving our life, as we all know, it always will. Indeed. Super yellow eggs. Yeah, that was super strange when I went to the States and none of the eggs were yellow at all. It was fucking confusing. You gotta work for the egg squirting. You really do. You really do. Scammed. Isn't every restaurant a scam at the end of the day? I remember that hot take by Andrew Tate that like making your own food is the dumbest thing you can do because you could be making money instead of wasting time cooking, and the amount it costs for somebody to deliver a pre-prepared meal to you or a freshly prepared meal to you doesn't the what you receive for the money given outweighs the money given, pretty much. What's this? Yugoslavia mentioned. Yugoslavia, I miss you. Yes, indeed. The greatest ex that we all miss together because she brought us together. Indeed. I miss you, Yugoslavia. Everything reminds me of her. Incredible meta commentary. How you guys doing? Yeah, that was pretty much me. And then I had a walk at like minus 15 degrees outside. That was quite a fucking
wonderful.
Quite
a new
thing.
child
Thankfully,
soldier. I mean, subscriber.
Well dressed. And now I came in. I prepared the stream with chat. I needed to step out to do something. By do something, I mean go and get my zins. And then I hit myself in the head. And now I am going to be bleeding all stream. Fucking phenomenal. Incredible things happen in Yugopnik chat, okay? Thank you very much, Retro Comrade, for the 4 months. Thank you for supporting my self-harm, which is against the OS here. Maybe brown eggs, they're the eggs that aren't factory farmed or something. That is the only type of egg that I had ever seen in my part of the world. And then I went to the States, and for the first time I saw eggs that are not brown. It was very confusing. I'm talking specifically about, you guys are not getting me. You know when you go to a brunch place and you order like eggs Benedict, or you order avocado toast, and usually it's avocado toast, a little bit of salad, and then eggs, 2 eggs right next to the avocado toast. Well, the girlfriend orders it, and they just bring avocado, eggs, and salad, and this toast that is thinner than my pinky finger, literally thinner than my pinky finger. And we're like, what? But of course we didn't complain because, you know, you adjust to the establishment and not vice versa. Motherfuckers wanting to be healthy, you know, that's a good thing, but you're going overboard. Brunch is not supposed to be healthy. It's called fucking brunch. It's supposed to kill a hangover and, throw so many endorphins into your brain that you forget about what a dreadful week you've had. I'm not against salads, but I can't do the salad at breakfast. I can eat a salad with everything, but only a salad never. I pretty much I am lifestyle-wise, I am such a fucking spoiled little bourgeois because I eat 3-course meals 24/7. Now I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm eating 2-course meals. But this motherfucker ain't like. The image of me having like 1 plate and that is what I'm eating is something that I will
Wonderful, a new
I will
child
never
soldier.
do to myself.
I mean, subscriber.
Okay? I need a soup, I need a main course, and I need a fucking salad, okay? Or some appetizers on the table. I'm a highly demanding communist. You understand me? Thank you, heinous harlot. I love harlots, and I love it when they're heinous for the sub. Welcome back, my dear friend. Very nice. Okay, so let's start the stream. What are we in the mood for today? As you can see, already bleeding from the top of my head. We're going to be a bit aggressive, a little bit of Chud Watch. We're going to talk about reactionary nerds. Adam Conover, on Nerd But Not Reactionary, made a video. Elon and Zuck are insecure men. So that can be a little jumping off spot. Then we're going to move, same like yesterday, on More Perfect Union video. Where they went to a crypto conference, crypto chuds. I can't wait to point with my little pinky finger and laugh at them. Then we're going to talk about the German elections coming in tomorrow. Is a far-right lesbian going to be ruling the country? And we're going to be arguing how that is a good thing because there are more LGBTQ plus women in positions of power, because that is actually what we are fighting for. Do they also want to kill all other LGBTQ plus women? Yes, indeed. But hey, take a win when you get a win. Eternal fight for more female prison guards until the moment I die. So yeah, German elections. I don't know if you guys know, but the leader of the German Fascist Party, AfD, is indeed a woman that is in a romantic partnership with another woman who also is not what Americans would define as white as well, and has a child in that partnership. Incredible things. Her partner is Sri Lankan, by the way. Need to know. Yes, incredible. The modern fascist pipeline are nerds and lesbians. This is the crux of this is the beginning of the downfall of late stage capitalism into its more authoritarian form. Is going to be led by nerds and by lesbians. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. But before we start, of course, thank you very much for joining me on this fine day. As always, pleasure to have you. Thank you to my cops. Follow the rules or be deregulated straight out of chat. Today's going to be a fun stream. Afterwards, we might do a little quiz, every level of wealth. So I'm going to try and find ourselves and you guys in the wealth pyramid. We're going to cringe at a liberal trying to present social definitions of classes as material classes. It will be very cringe, and we will call it out as such, but also it's an interesting game to play so that we can see if you are upper middle segue class, or if you are 17% upper class, 12% middle class, and 18.7% working class. I love those. I love those experiments. My favorite shit by far. Drip today is black on black on black. The fucking beautiful little freedom doves right here, sending my love. And we only got one ring today on. We're doing the Zin. We're doing the Aces. By far the best. I wish they sponsored me. By far the best Nick pouch. And yeah, let's have some fun, man. It's a fucking Saturday. I know half of you are fucking hangover, and the other half of you wish you were hangover. I, for one, wish I was hangover, but dry February, only 6 days left. Can you guys believe that I made it basically through an entire dry month? No wonder, I was why subscription count is down this month, because I'm too fucking boring. Too boring sober boy. Fucking boring sober boy. I'm hungover, but I'll just do it again. Let's fucking go, bro. 6 days, yeah, 6 days. Isn't tobacco product advertising illegal? I don't know if it is. I'm not advertising it. I'm just saying that this is what I'm consuming right now. And it's not a tobacco product. There's no tobacco in this as well. I don't know if I don't know why you posted that. Was that what's that emote with the guy with the guy fixes glasses emote? No, emoji. Okay, this you? Yo, Zero Dava, this you? This you, bro? This you, bro? Bro, this you? You looking yourself in the mirror, bro? This you, bro? Yo. No, I'm fucking with you. No, you're right. You should always call out somebody pushing unhealthy substances on people. That's why you should also go on all of those streams where they eat super unhealthy food in insane quantities and tell them that they are also motivating people to slowly kill themselves through one or the other category of consumption. This eternal obsession with Nick products, which are bad and you should not fucking consume, is ironic because there's so many other products that nobody calls out for slowly killing you. And somehow it's a gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that might be why you won't get a sponsor. Yeah, true, of course. Somebody gives Zero Dava a sub. We love our resident analysts. I'm kidding. One of the OGs. Okay, now, Elon and Zuck are insecure men. Incredible title. Great clickbait. And I have been clickbaited. Chat, we have indeed been... Is it not working? It's not. Of course it's not working. Is it not working? I fucking hate this fucking thing, bro. I swear to fucking God. Is it not working? 1 second, chat. 1 second. I have tried to fix it for so fucking long, okay? And it started working and now it's gone again. Okay, is it working now?
Bruh.
Yeah, but it's not playback. It's not doing playback. Do not buy Rode Streamer X. Actually, do not buy any Rode products ever. They are the worst, lowest quality audio products that you can find. The worst audio products that you can find. Fucking overinflated bullshit that they sell as, you know, the audio guys, what the audio guy would buy for himself if he was ever buying equipment. No, it does not work. Do not buy it. If it is overpriced and it is shit. And it resets constantly. Fuck Rode. Okay, thank you very much. Let's start this video.
So you might have noticed that seated at Trump's inauguration were the
If you aren't noticing, I am kind of pissed today. Hey, Hugo, sorry to interrupt your important stream, but you need to see this liberal bullshit. It's on a whole nother level. Okay, let's see what's on a whole nother level, my friend. It's going to be poop sock. I'm going to be poop sock.
Has anybody ever just asked Theory Bros whether somebody who's illiterate can be a leftist? Like, I want to hear their take on that. All of the quiet parts would immediately become all of the out loud parts in a very illuminating way. Y'all go ahead and duke that.
Do you want me to get a heart attack at the beginning of the stream, Robo? You know I love you, but what the actual fuck? Why did you... Yeah, we would say that we should help people become literate, and leftist movements throughout history have been the most successful at bringing literacy to the masses. Quite like the reason you as a woman can say this fucking stupid shit on the internet is because of progressive movements, including the socialist cause that, I don't know, told people that women going to school will not make them into crazy fucking murderous witches and Jew lovers or whatever the fuck they believed during the pogrom eras. What the fuck? Well, no, what quiet part? Like, is she trying to say that we are ableist because we tell people to read? Bro, what? What, bro? That's liberal JT. Is it, dude? Is this fem JT, bro? Is this fem JT? Yo, bro, JT, stay away from the. The more female JT is, the more lib he is. But no, I don't get the point. Like, what? What is implied? What is supposed to be the quiet part that we would say out loud? What's the quiet part? HRJT be hitting hard.
Duke that one out in the comments. You got about 24 hours because I feel a spree of like intensely hyper-focused crafting relating posts coming on in approximately like, I would say 48 hours, primarily focusing on my thoughts for my Ren Fair costume this year. But I think it's safe to say y'all have.
Nah, she's doing this is bait. She's fucking with us. Come on. And I got hooked. I got hooked so hard. No. This is bait. Like, this has to be this is satire. It has to be, right? Phew. Good job to this lady. She really she caught me. She caught me. She caught me really good. I ate that slob. Nom. I fell for it real good, bro. We need to investigate. Let's see if she's serious. I mean, I don't know. Was it that girl 30s? Why does it have 23 views and her other shit has 1.8 million? Let's derail and look at other videos. I'm so derailing.
I woke up this morning to a slew of DMs about a weird, gross tweet that I allegedly posted about Palestinians and the Black Lives Matter movement. So just to be really crystal clear, I do not use Twitter. I stopped using Twitter after the whole little, what was it, the European salute or whatever? Additionally, even when I did use Twitter, I never had a Twitter for this account. I had a personal private Twitter with like 60 followers and then also a gymnastics Twitter. I did not delete those accounts because I don't want anyone getting those handles and shit posting impersonating me because I know how you fuckers think.
Do not let your adorning be external. The braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry or the clothing.
I can't believe nobody's talking about the fact that Madeline Pendleton came on here and said out loud on live, and it's been screen recorded, that Cat Black is just the dim lid paid version of the disabled solo poly hijabi amputee sent here to nerf them. They deadass were like,
I have found an enemy that is... The level cap is too high. I don't think I've played the DLC. I have not leveled up enough to fight this boss. I do not understand any of the words coming out of her mouth. Holy shit, I have finally found my match, and it is FemJT. No, FemJT, do not fight me.
Like, yeah, the dumbs knew I couldn't win identity politics against a black trans woman. Now, I bring this up for multiple reasons. Number one, because
Wait, is she baiting again? Because Madeline is a fucking bro, and she's a fucking friend of the show, and she's fucking based as shit. But now I'm like, this has to be bait. Like, this has to be bait. This has to be. There's no way she's like, for real. Like, people like this do not exist. You cannot convince me they exist. I think the whole channel might be bait. Maybe it's meta humor shit.
10 million good little soldiers in my comments being like, what did Madeline ever do? Nobody ever says what Madeline actually did. So there it is. Please discuss in the comments why you think that's an okay thing to say. Number two, and more importantly, that is so eye-opening about the way Madeline themselves views identity. In case this wasn't clear enough already from the I'm literally trans with Palestinian family comment, Madeline views identity as a way to shut other people up. As in, I get to do what I want, permit, piece of paper, and not as a way to contextualize your lived experience in the world and tell people about the marginalized groups that you're fighting for, which, if this is sounding familiar, it's because I said this in a video before Madeline made that live. It's almost like people will tell you who they are if...
Again, like, boss level too high. This is either a literal cretin or like meta humor. Meta humor so complex that even Elon Musk would say, oh my god, humor is not dead. Let's bring back humor. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so I saw this last night and I had to laugh because I deeply relate. But then I thought about it and it made me want to
Why are men never asked if they're hungry or just bored? Okay.
Possibly the most important question I've ever asked the internet. Should I...
Not gonna lie, this honestly feels like really insensitive to me, the person who is arguably single-handedly responsible for bringing the man, the myth, the legend of JD Vance, couch fucker, from Twitter to TikTok. For all any of us know, I could have single-handedly turned the tide of the election before somebody was somehow simultaneously more...
Nope, she's actually a lib propagandist. You think so?
I love how months later we are still at a point where nobody can like sensibly address the fact that if you really and truly in your heart of hearts believe this, if you truly in your heart of hearts believed that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump would be the exact same for Palestine, all that does is remove Palestine from the equation. If Palestine is the same on both sides of the equation, it cancels each other out. So what that means in that case is that y'all screwed over trans people and immigrants and disabled people and women and gay people and everybody else, every single other minority in the United States, just because you're bored. Once again, not because it would make anything better for the people that you allegedly care about, but just...
Little Jad dropping in for a second. I just want everyone to know how much I love everyone here except if you're a left comer mentioning. Sup, Robka? We'll see you in a second. Welcome back, my friend. Go back to work now. Get the fuck back to work. I need to earn money so you can give me bits.
Yes, just because you were feeling pissy. So now we're back to just completely shredding all personal political credibility again. How are you supposed to have a persuasive movement that actually does anything and gets people to unify with you when you're constantly admitting that you will feed people to the wolves if it makes you personally feel a little bit less pissy one day? You can't, and you don't. Y'all don't expect that. Once again, all of this social media posturing is just an elaborate cop-out to deal with the guilt. But Advocacy 101 is literally that the people you harm don't have to deal with your guilt about harming them. Deal with it yourself, and then get off your ass and do something to make it better.
Okay, so it's not bait. She's just a literal fucking orangutan. Okay, got it. Yeah, like we found the species between Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. Fantastic. Thank you, Robo, for ruining my entire day. Fantastic shit. Holy fuck. Or I am stupid, and that was also a bit, but I don't think it's a bit. I don't think it's a bit. The difference between what gets sold as liberal wisdom and unironic mental disability is exceptionally thin. Fantastic things coming to us from American white people. Thank you very much. And they're gonna come back to me. It's not white. I do not care. I do not care.
Bruh.
We do not. Wait, where is it?
We do not care.
This is not your fucking mom's leftist chat, okay, bruv? Next.
3 richest men in America: Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk.
But that was really good, Robo. Thank you for pissing me off. I love you.
Combined, these 3
I thought
broligarchs.
sympathy was a general feeling all humanity has, but the greed of maintaining comfort in the global north rottens even the souls of angels. FemJT, what's the word? FemJT jump scare, bro. Whee! Oh, sorry. Being against genocide is such a privileged position, actually. It is. You saying that you cannot find it in your soul to elect someone who has actively supported and pushed for massive genocidal and ethnic cleansing campaigns, that makes you impractical, okay? That makes you impractical. When a representative of your local Hitlerite party knocks on your door and says, hey, if you elect us, we will kill all the Mexicans, you should look at them and say, okay, if we do not kill all the Mexicans, maybe they'll start killing other ethnicities as well. So I will shake your hand and indeed vote for you. Okay? No red lines whatsoever for these guys except putting a different looking guy in office to do the same thing as the other guy. Which, by the way, as it currently stands, the Trump administration, that probably unfortunately will change. But at the current moment, the Trump administration has done significantly less damage to Palestinians than the Biden-Harris administration. Let's see the direction that takes. But for now, holy fucking shit. Sorry, Yugopnik, for this, but when I saw that, I suffered, and I thought you also needed to suffer. Yeah. You're treading dangerous waters there, buddy.
Have 6 testicles and $880 billion. That's nearly $150 billion.
Is Trump not wanting to ethnic cleanse as well? No, he wants to, and he signaled that he wants to. But to an extent, there was an intense counter-reaction to that.
Soldier.
So they might be rethinking it, but they're not rethinking it because he's an IPAC dog, just like the rest of these fucking animals, right? Thank you, Bluebird Daily. Welcome to the community, my brother, sister, or NB. Very good, very nice. But yeah, okay, let's go back to this Adam Conover video. I grew up on this boy, like back in College Humor days. Any fucking old, decrepit, fucking fossil vampire here in chat that used to watch College Humor? Yeah. Oh, there are other fellow vampires. What's up, fellow unks and aunts? What's a female version of an unk? And no, don't say aunt, you motherfucker. I mean like in internet slang and internet lingo, bro. What's an unk, bro? A funk? Female unk. It's a funk. That's awesome. I love that. Or auntie. Okay. So you can be an unk, you can be a funk, you can be an auntie, you can be a brat, you can be giving so much mother. I love it.
It's a nut. But have you noticed that these nerds look a little less dweeby than they used to? I mean, Elon was a balding code gremlin before his glow up. Bezos, once a simple dork, is today the most jacked and taut 61-year-old on the planet. And just a couple of years ago, Zuck was a pasty-faced robot glitching out before Congress.
That was the dumbest fucking PR move I've ever seen in my life, and somehow it's working on a certain demographic of crypto chud. Like, when you're trying to do public relations rebranding, you should switch to something that's relatively close to your previous aesthetic and quote-unquote way of life.
Subscriber.
And then wait for a little bit, and then switch to a more radical aesthetic. And more radical aesthetic, by more radical, I mean very different to you previously. Our boy Zuck went from hello sir, would you like to hear about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to the guy who is trying to sell you baby formula as Coke in the worst fucking dive bar you've ever been to, okay? That was the aesthetic switch, and it just doesn't work, and it's so fucking obvious. But somehow it clicked for some fucking nimrods, right? Thank you, Drew Stew, for the 9 months. I hope you have a great birthing, and that our mutual blue Twitter child is well taken care of in the future. Indeed.
But now he looks like the most swagged out realist.
Realistically, it's all going down the shitter, but a genocider lost an election. Now the absolutely worst politician in American history is ruining the lives of liberals and Trumpers. Win-win for me. Yeah, dude. Like, it's they're speed running American decline, and the rest of us, non-Americans are sitting here and basically fucking wanking to it. But, like, crying a little bit. We're doing, like, watching, like, loving the American people, and watching American decline feels kind of like this. Washington crying gun. Okay, this is what it feels like. No, not Denzel. Oh my God, I just did a racism moment. I literally did a racism moment. Blade actor. It wasn't Denzel. It's what's his name? Wesley Snipes. Incredible racism moment by Hugo right here in 4K. I'm bad with names. It wasn't a racism moment, you stupid fucks. Gun crime meme. Okay, I am horrible with names. It's nothing to do with this. Okay, this is what it feels like. Watching American decline and seeing that it hurts Americans, especially the most disenfranchised among you. But hey, it is what it is. The gun must be pulled, and there was always going to be many victims when the death spiral of empire goes into
estate agent.
Woo! Embrace the cringe!
He looks like a TikToker who quit his dad's used car dealership to do pranks with his boys. He looks like a piece of broccoli who got a Billabong gift.
What, it's too loud? I need to lower it? There you go. Everything was good, and then Anne told me to fix it. Is this better? Is this like this level? Is this level okay? A little bit more? Like this?
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
The cringe. Thank you, Lazy K. And as you know, for every 10 gift subs, Hugo gives you another 5 because ads are bad. What the fuck? I'm talking back to myself. Thank you, Lazy K. Everybody say, thank you, Lazy K, for supporting the streamer who wears a mask and screams about politics and embraces the cringe together with us. Amen. Thou be healthy for eternity.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Lazy
A
K.
new child
Thank
soldier.
You very much for
subscriber.
oiling me up real good. That's gift sub number 185. What a fucking G. What a fucking G. Thank you.
Card. There's something weird going on here. Why exactly do these guys have so much to prove? Why does Zuck need to show us he's lifting big weights? Why does Musk need to tell us he's the world's greatest gamer? And why does Bezos desperately feel the need to share a shirtless selfie every 30 seconds?
Okay, he made a whole video and made one tweet. That is why I'm OP. That is why I only have 40 videos on YouTube. Because I do not create slop, because I only cover original topics. Having edgy internet relevance officially holds higher value than capital accrual today, and Elon is a direct product of this incredible development. Shitposters no longer want to become billionaires, billionaires want to become shitposters. What is cool is materially defined, sure. And what is cool in a capitalist society is what the bourgeoisie defines as cool. But the spectacle sometimes can rise even above material conditions, and the spectacle is basically what you see on a daily basis and what you interact with the most. Thanks to good old motherfucking internet, we have subcultures developing in this like digital cloud without necessarily interacting with material conditions to an extent, right? And Elon Musk buying into X and surrounding himself with Reddit fucking brain, smooth brain motherfucking what do you call it? Redditors convinced him that basically being Reddit brained is what is cool and what is edgy and what is nice, and that's how we got to this, pretty much.
It's simply bizarre.
You know, a billionaire really wanting to be. You guys are very funny with the bits. It's hilarious stuff.
These men have enough money to buy themselves limitless power. Hell, Elon used his money to cuck the president and destroy the federal government. But the one thing they can't seem to...
They're shitposting with their money. Like, put your money where your fucking shitpost is, bro. Put your money where your motherfucking shitpost is. And the billionaires are doing exactly that.
To buy is a stable and confident sense of their own manhood. For some reason, that is not for sale. Why? Why are the most powerful men in the world constantly embarrassing themselves by trying to prove how manly they are? Well, there's a powerful theory from psychology that perfectly
Dude, can you, like, if anybody told you this in the 1970s, you would have pointed at them and laughed. A baby mama having, junkie, welfare queen, immigrant. A baby mama having, a junkie, welfare queen, immigrant is the de facto head of the American Republican Party. Incredible things. Incredible fucking things are happening in China. That's Elon Musk. Has like literally 10 baby mamas. Is the world's greatest welfare queen of all time, receiving more money than entire countries' economies from the government. I'm not a big fan of the government. Okay. Immigrant. Okay. And an insane drug addict. In one. The great antichrist of the Republican Party has manifested himself from the depth of hell and became their king. Now, if you do not believe that life carries immense poetic justice, may this be the counter-argument.
Explains this phenomenon. It's been validated in research from all over the world, and it shows exactly what drives these billionaires to ever more cringy attempts to demonstrate their masculinity. Like, come on, man. And it also explains the crisis facing young men in America and exactly how our politics as a nation have gotten so f***ed up. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you that I'm taking my big manly body on tour doing stand-up comedy right now.
Thank you for the level hype train, chat. That's, I mean, even a 4 is better than a 0, if you know what I mean. I still got late. I mean, still rode train. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you.
Now, the Nihilism Pivot Tour continues at Talia Hall in Chicago on February 21st. If you're watching this video the day it comes out, that is today. The Wilbur in Boston on February 23rd, March 6th through 8th. I'll be in Burlington, Vermont, and then I'll be at the Leicester Square Theatre in London in the UK on March 22nd, Amsterdam on March 26th, then Providence, Rhode Island, Vancouver, and Eugene, Oregon.
Why don't you guys never come to Central Europe or Eastern Europe? Like, fuck's sakes. Like, a lot of people watch your shit here. I would go. I fuck with Adam, bro.
AdamConover.net for all those tickets. And if you'd like to support this channel directly, head to patreon.com/AdamConover. So, guys, I'm talking to my men here. Let's level with each other.
Okay, bro, let's fucking talk, bro. Okay, bro, yeah. Closer. Oh. You want me to take off the mask and, like, guess a little bit? Just a little bit. No tongue, bro. Okay, that's weird. I'm literally looking at him right in the face.
Do you ever have that feeling? No matter how often you prove your masculinity, there's no guarantee that you're permanently part of the man club. No matter how long the arc on your football throw, how beefy your big boy truck, or how rare your Fortnite skin, you have to keep performing your manhood all day, every day, or else risk it being questioned or maybe even taken away.
How about no?
Nope. I'm the manliest man to ever man. Everybody's constantly proving themselves to me. I am not proving myself to them. Indeed, it is it is a sin of being a Twitch streamer, literally the most masculine profession in history. All those construction workers, soldiers, male strippers, they look at me and they're like, look at that guy and his sweaty, hairy chest. I would never be able to pull those incredibly hard, long, 4-hour streams 3 to 4 times a week. You know, you enter a room, you say a Twitch streamer, they all start like trying to be you, man. It is quite something.
This attitude is...
I'm constantly trying to prove myself to be a man. I just happen to be a woman. I don't know what that means either. Yugopnik is the master mold. We're all just imitations. There you go. And improving yourself, telling yourself the truth is the first step towards improving yourself. If you want to become more like me, do consider buying my course for $5.99 in America and cheaper in other countries, or for free through a partnership I have established with a fellow Sigma male, Jeff Bezos, the king of this platform, and avoid the beta behavior, which we define as ad watching, like the ad that is going to play in exactly 3 seconds. Choose your destiny. Choose your mold. Oh, this is that might be my top 10 fucking top of the hour ad break call, bro.
Is so common. Social media is full of videos telling us that even the way we sit needs to communicate.
Invest in Yugomacho coin. Indeed, brother. Indeed. Yugomacho coin. The more you have those of the coins, the more Yugomacho you are. Yugoslavia no longer exists, but Yugoslavian masculinity sure as hell does.
Okay, back to the video. Indeed.
Communicate manliness.
This is definitely a more feminine way to sit.
Oh, I love this guy. I love this guy. This guy brainwashed me when I was like 17 into thinking that wearing t-shirts was actually a very childish thing to do. Me, a child, watched that, and I did not want to be perceived as a child. So I basically bought like 50 polos. Not 50 polos, but like whenever my parents would buy anything for me, I would be like, please buy me like something with a polo. You know what I mean? With the fucking thing here instead of a normal t-shirt, because that's what the kids wear. I said while I was a kid. This motherfucker, bro. Look at the fit on this guy. This is who like inspired my fits for like a month. I look like a American cop wannabe, bro. But there you go. You know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn, man. You live and you learn.
But a man...
Turns out your definition of masculinity is inherently subjective and changes as society changes. And if you want to be masculine, it's on you to decide what masculinity is for you. Oh my God. Insanely DEI analysis. Yes, it is. Fuck you, bro. The most masculine thing, ironically, you can do is not fucking question other people's masculinity, you fucking schmuck.
Man who's masculine is going to take up space, right?
Oh, yeah.
Also, like, the irony is, like, men secure in their masculinity don't all the time talk about fucking masculinity. You get what I mean? That's it. That's it. If somebody is constantly talking about alpha, beta, gamma, sigma, look at how pussy that guy is, man. That guy is such a fucking sissy, bro. That guy is so fucking sissy, bro. We should like kiss. Oh no, I mean like a fucking mother. They are exceptionally insecure in their own masculinity.
Yeah, nothing's more secure and masculine than letting another man tell you how to sit. Well, there is a powerful psychological theory that explains exactly why masculinity operates like this. It's called fragile masculinity. Now, before you kick my ass, let me just say...
This is a larger conversation. You have very good French philosophers. Don't kill me. Yes, indeed, French. I made a whole fucking video on this. If you really want to dive deep in the analysis of the definition of masculinity, masculinity is linked usually to one's relations to women. Masculinity is always linked to one's relations to women. And in the last up or down 100 years, since the invention of the nuclear family, the only acceptable form that a relationship between a man and a woman was the nuclear family. More importantly, you are manly if you take care, quote unquote, of your woman. So, time passes. We have feminism. We have the slow encroaching destruction of patriarchal norms. And women start saying, yo, bro, like I can also take care of myself. What can you bring to the table that isn't just, I go do job, I come back, I give money, so you must be domestic slave? And a lot of dudes could not answer that question because they had nothing to offer. No emotional security, no friendship, no extended hand of understanding, etc., etc. So their definition of masculinity was quite literally questioned because their relationship to women was questioned. But that's the point, the more general point of masculinity. It evolves, and its definition evolves as the system you find yourself in evolves, and as the relationship between men and women also evolves. And here, of course, we can talk about non-binary people, etc., etc. The conversation does not get more complicated, but it expands, right? But that's the crux of it. If you want to find like genuine, heavier analysis, that's it. Masculinity is always defined through the masculine's relation to the feminine, and once we pass from one understanding of what that relationship is supposed to be like, those who hold to the reactionary at that point, you know, the conservative ideas of masculinity, feel it to be questioned and therefore react, sometimes even violently, right? Engels' writing on family is great on this. It's okay. Engels' writing on family is okay on this. I think Boldyard is fucking whatever fucking name is. I can't pronounce it. The molar segmentation too. Man is a created label that you're assigned and then marked to, judged by and punished for being outside of it. They fracture the self into these pieces and use them to control you. Absolutely. Your identity is words controlled by media and marketing, and since you identify as vague terms, your identity is inherently insecure. Beautifully put. As the definition shifts with the culture and its demands of you. Beautifully put. Like, there you go. If you want to like do a deep dive in this, I literally spent like a month and a half of my life writing this shit. There we go. This video, this is which one? Which one was it? I've made so many things. Can you believe that this video is 18 plus? This video is 18 plus. A video where I argue against toxic masculinity and where I argue against patriarchal norms of what it is to be masculine. I talk about how they also harm men is 18 plus. Incredible things. Wait, I think this is the main point you should take.
Lacan proposes that masculinity,
and Lacan as well. Yeah, Lacan mostly, like, I take Lacan's analysis, yeah.
Masculinity in itself is a false identity insofar as it only exists in its relation to the fetishized idea of the feminine. When the extent to which masculinity can exert itself is questioned, be it through the first experience men have with not achieving an erection at a moment when they really need one, their inability to provide in a system that doesn't allow them to, or just knowing that there will always be a bigger, badder dude than you out there. When the extent to which whatever your definition of masculinity can exert itself is questioned, the male symbolic lack, as it's called, looks outwards to satisfy itself. And where does it find it? In the woman. Well, the fetishized, twisted idea of the woman, one which serves many roles but must never abandon her primary one, to fill the symbolic lack.
Hey there, pretty mama, want to fill my symbolic lack?
To be a tool for the masculine to keep itself alive. By offering protection or the ability to, quote, take care of the woman, masculinity reinvents itself and erases its inadequacies. Looking inwards or, God forbid, critically discarding archaic ideas would be far too difficult. So, in a
There you go. It's to oversimplify. Basically, masculinity is a social norm. Social norms change, but as social norms change, reactionary elements that were in a place of privilege because of the social norms that are now changing go full reactionary, and they do not want them to change. So they start screaming that women don't want us to be masculine anymore because they're quote unquote not allowing us to take care of them. Right? And, you know, they blame women basically for being more independent, which is somehow harming our masculinity instead of adapting and changing our very definition of masculinity and growing as human beings, as we always have, and as those relations to the feminine have changed when we adapted to the nuclear family, it will adapt to something else in the future. And as the chatter beautifully said, it's such a free-flowing definition that it is very easy to manipulate because of how free-flowing it is. That's it.
That's not saying you're fragile. You're a big, strong man, and I don't want any trouble.
Fucking F. What? Why did I F? Did I F? Son of a bitch. I'm dropping my bars are too hard. That's why I'm Fing. Were my bars too heavy? Bars too heavy? I think
it's the structure of masculinity in our society that's fragile. In our culture, manhood is not something fixed that you get by virtue of being born with a dick.
But the one thing that you should learn from this is not only this relatively complex understanding of what your personal masculinity is and what masculinity is in general. What you should learn from this entire conversation is that pretty much I talk about things years before others do. That's it. Like, I am so far ahead of everyone, and I guess the future better than anyone. It's incredible stuff. And that is my definition of masculinity. I'm faster, badder, meaner, stronger. No.
Ick between your legs. Instead, it's a
spitting too much. They're gonna come get you, Hugo. They're gonna. This man is fighting against masculinity. He must be destroyed. But it's funny. It's weird because on OBS the stream looks absolutely perfect, and on Twitch it fell off. So whatever.
Status that you need to earn publicly, and that means it's also something you can.
Hugo invented feminism. Yeah, I quoted. Gender critical theory before anybody else quoted gender critical theory. You know, I quoted women doing epic analysis before any other guy. That means I'm better than any other guy. Ужас, awful. Oh, so fucked up.
Lose. That makes our social idea of masculinity a continuous source of anxiety for many men, which, as we'll see, has serious repercussions. Now, just so you know that I'm not talking out of my unwiped manly ass, the theory... All right, we could use that. Is that too gross? This theory draws on decades of work in different fields. In 1990, an anthropologist named David Gilmour published a book called Manhood in the Making, and he found that in non-industrial and agrarian societies globally, manhood was a precious status that men had to earn. Depending on your culture, it might require killing an antelope, going through a circumcision ritual without anesthetic, or putting your hand in a glove filled with fire ants. You know, just regular dude stuff. Other social scientists have since confirmed Gilmour's.
Would it be correct to say that sort of self-examination and examination of norms is, by our current masculine norms, considered pretty non-masculine? Would it be correct to say that that sort of self-examination and examination of norms is, by our current masculine norms, considered pretty non-masculine? Absolutely. Absolutely. Current reactionary definitions of masculinity pretty much tell you do not question absolutely anything, which is insanely fucking cucked, okay? What I'm saying is that reactionary, men who hold antiquated definitions of masculinity long term are cucked by antiquated ideology. And that's just called being fucking stupid, bruv. That's called still thinking that the sun revolves around the earth, bro. Like, living in eternal denial is not an epic Giga Chad move. It's epic fucking idiot move. That, and there's a greater wisdom here. The greater wisdom here is don't base your entire fucking personality on one aspect of your identity. If you live your life as a dude, and the most important thing in your life is to be perceived by other dudes as a very dude, that is problematic, and you're going to probably be very sad. Like, very, very sad. Because the second somebody pokes that glass house you live in, and when it starts crashing down, you will have nothing else to identify with. And that's not a way to live, brother.
Findings and data from history, psychology, sociology, and political science.
Queer masculinity is about hierarchy and place in its performative. You climb through conformity, so you enforce the mind prison. Yes. So you can't question the mind prison. Exactly.
Have all shown how widespread these beliefs are. A huge international study looked to see if fragile...
A very easy example of what I'm saying is like super patriotic people, okay? Their whole identity is, I love the country that I was born in. Rawr, I really love the country I was born in. I'm American. I'm fucking French. Right? And then when that is questioned, they become little fucking Nazis. Yeah. Don't just have one thing, is what I'm saying. Do not have only one thing, please. I love you. Please don't have one thing. One thing is dangerous.
Masculinity existed in 62 different countries, and it found that men and women in hunter-gatherer tribes all the way to Nordic social democracies all see manhood as something hard to get, easy to lose, and that has to be proven in public. But we're talking about America right now. So how do you prove your manhood in America? After all, we don't have fire ant glove rituals. Well, according to 50 literal years of research, American masculinity enforces values like aggression, risk-taking, physical achievement, and competition. And let's be...
Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Come on, chat, use your brains. Why those specific things? Use your brains. Let's go. Why those specific things? Come on, tell me. What inspired those very specific definitions? Systemic, exactly. Capitalism, exactly. Man no longer needs to hunt. Man no longer needs to conquer. But hierarchy still exists. What is hierarchy based on? In capitalism, le money, le moolah, the big fucking green. So, if you make more green, you're more masculine. That is the new hierarchy you have to adapt yourself to. But how does that relate to the feminine? It also commodifies the woman. Because the idea is that you can buy everything, including love, including family. Your relation to your loved one is a transactional one, including your kids and including your partner. Therefore, by hyper-focusing on this type of behavior, you elevate yourself in the newly defined hierarchy. The easy, like the... How could I call it? The very liquid definition of masculinity adapts to the glass of capitalism that it finds itself in. So yes, and Righ is indeed a class dynamic. But yeah. And now you are in competition with women, which like completely breaks their brains. That part completely breaks their brain. Because you can no longer purchase woman. And when you can no longer purchase woman, you need to put something on the table. And when you don't have anything to put on the table except the amount of capital you've managed to extract, you either adapt and you become a normal fucking human being and I don't know, you have conversations, or you go the women be like destroying their masculinity. Why not go back to kitchen? Please make chicken. Da. Like, that's it. That's it. It's a reactionary response to the evolution of gender dynamics. To use fucking more nerdy terminology.
Clear. Those are good values in many, many cases. But according to the theory of fragile masculinity, the more you express those values, the more you need to prove them in public. Because once again, your manhood is always at risk of being taken.
This is something I try to tell my therapist about. Like, me having a high-paying job shouldn't be a barrier for me being in a relationship. He swears up and down it's better for my future prospects. Yeah. Because he still looks at it to an extent as a transaction, unfortunately. We have normalized considering how much wealth someone has accumulated as a strong factor in how we see somebody as a potential partner or not. Which has been the case throughout history, don't get me wrong, but now it's adjusted to capital accumulation, not other aspects that were deemed more important in previous systems when they were quite literally, not to repeat myself, but more important. I really think men are raised to even repress their own sexual desires. We are so cucked that pursue women based on conformity to feminine ideals. The woman who fits that Western beauty standard is one who by law most men should want. So instead of focusing on a woman you want, you're conditioned to chase women other men want. Absolutely, yes, that's beauty standards. It's insane. It is completely fucking insane. You make your relationship about hierarchy and power by cucking other men. Yeah, that's where the fucking term trophy wife comes from. Like dudes completely commodify women and they don't date them or even marry them because they care about what kind of person they are. They date them and they marry them because it's a flashier Beamer or Mercedes that they can show off to their friends. It's not only wrong, like, we're not fucking libs here. It's also stupid. You're not going to be happy. You're supposed to spend your whole life with this person. Bruv, yo. You're not going to be happy if you just, like, choose people based on their aesthetics. Bruv, like, do these people have parents that you know, have experienced marriage? They are the ones who are supposed to go and tell you that this is not the most important aspect of romance. Holy shit. This is supposed to be obvious things.
Taken away. And that explains what has been happening with Elon Musk and Mark.
Psychotherapy without class consciousness is like looking for atoms with a magnifying glass. Exactly. Most marriages fail. That's why they fail. One of the many reasons. Just reminded me how one of the nicer things Trump says is he brought her wife. She was wonderful, wonderful wife.
Mark Zuckerberg. We'll get to Elon in a second, but let's start with the Zuck. The man's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got literal billions of dollars, so you know he's a good provider. But still, Mark feels the need to constantly prove to the world that he's not a little bitch. So he's been reaching for the classic masculine value of aggression and getting super into mixed martial arts. Ooh, very strong.
There is a bigger meta commentary that can be applied here. Capitalism promises you purpose through capital accumulation. And yet we have these people who have accumulated more than any king in history could have ever imagined of having, and yet they are not happy. So instead of reaching a beautiful point that they could reach, which is, all of this shit is virtue signaling. I've dedicated my life to bullshit. Maybe I should change my whole worldview and scope. No, they just jump from classic material accumulation as a life goal to being the big, strong ooga booga man. And that is going to make me feel happy. They are incredibly unhappy, and accruing more money does not make them happier, so they try to find something else. And ironically and very hilariously, they go back to Ooga Booga Man. I have big stick. Look at me. I fight very strong. Haha. Bring me to Dagestan. 2 years. I change your son. It's so pathetic. It's just like you sell your soul to fucking monocle wearing Satan known as a system, and it doesn't even give you self-enlightenment or any form of happiness. And instead of taking all of that and be like, maybe like my approach to life has been wrong, they go, no, I will now be Ooga Booga Man. I will do lift and big punch man now. Yes. Thank you, Colonel Jerkoff, for the prime. Welcome to the community, brother. Thank you very much, Colonel Jerkoff.
Mark, you would definitely protect your family from a clan of ninjas in a back alley. Now look, there's nothing wrong with getting in shape and posting your gains on social media. I do the same thing. Look, we're all just trying to get yoked for YouTube, baby. But getting in lethal fighting shape wasn't enough for Zuck. He felt the need to keep proving himself. Dude needed to show the world he was more than just the guy who added stories to Facebook, stories to Instagram, and stories to Messenger, and also WhatsApp status updates that you can now post as stories back to Facebook. So Zuck showed up to a real UFC fight as part of the entourage of Australian featherweight Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And there, in a desperate attempt to show us he's tough, he did this.
When he looks at the podium, he's boxing heavy, so of course it's paid special attention to that. Last time we saw him, of course, was against Islam Makhachev, when he stepped up on short notice.
Never has little brother and
Oh, Lord, small energy, bro. Oh, Lord.
energy been so perfectly expressed. Zuck can spend hundreds of hours and millions of dollars training, but that doesn't mean he can actually join the cool MMA gang. Instead, they ignored him while he just nodded his head, making him look insecure and pathetic. In his attempt to demonstrate
Little bro thinks he's on the team.
his masculinity, he put his masculine status at risk, and that is textbook fragile masculinity. The theory says that to prove your manhood, you have to publicly show some manly accomplishment.
Okay, this is some more advanced analysis from our friend Adam here. Okay, these are actually interesting takes. This is good.
But if you fail, you are seen as less manly. And thus the Zuck got cucked, as did Musk. See, Elon has also done the basic things that should demonstrate.
There you go. This proves why, like, piece of shit leftists like us are necessary. Because the only thing that actually hurts these men who have internalized the ideology of more money, more ooga booga, is to call them cucks. Oh, but that's so reactionary. They're like, that's what the reactionaries do. They call people degenerates and cucks. Okay, and fuck them. They do it in their way. No. I will not blink twice and call all of these guys loser-ass nerd fucking cuck degenerates, okay? Because that's what actually hurts them. That's what actually makes them go, rah, rah, and pushes them towards further self-sabotage, okay? Shitbag leftists unite. Dirtbag left, weak, too cynical. Good boy left, very good, necessary in that corner over there. Shitbags, that's where it's at, baby.
He's a man, he's made money, and he's got children. Perhaps too much of both.
Yo! Futakuchimana! Thank you very much for the
raid. I hope you had a lovely, lovely stream. Thank you very much for the 120 raiders. Welcome, raiders. If anybody wants to oil me up, now is the moment to make our beautiful, beautiful new community members feel nice and welcome. Thank you very much. Welcome. Everybody go and check out Futakuchimana. Chatters, please put it in. Mods, please put it in the chat. Everybody click follow. Brilliant comrade, brilliant streamer. Thank you very much for the raid. Hope you're doing good.
The dude has 12.
What are we talking about? We're talking about toxic masculinity and masculinity in general and how it's being questioned by the status quo, which then leads men towards a dark and reactionary path. Which in turn also makes them very much not masculine by even the broader definitions that they accept. Number one, and number two, we are basically calling billionaires beta cucks and understanding that that's ironically the thing that hurts them the most. That's it. And I am arguing, as my chat is hating on me, that utilizing what has been traditionally only used by right wingers, aka calling people cucks, is a great thing to do when talking about billionaires and reactionary chuds. Okay.
12 kids. Oh, sorry. Make that 13 kids. From this lady, also from his wife Justine, his pop star paramour Grimes, and an exec from the company he started to torture primates with brain implants. Yeah, that's real. I cannot believe that is real, but it is. The man quite literally has a harem.
Hey, could you make an episode on Sudan or Congo? You've made plenty of episodes talking about Palestine, and that's absolutely important, and I never want you to stop that. But also, things that are going on in Sudan and Congo are equally important. I agree completely, and we're thinking of making one on the D program. Absolutely. Because it's going on in Africa, unfortunately, people internalized it as normal for Africa. Yeah, it's very fucked up. To be in constant imperialist funded conflict. Absolutely. No, we got it on the list for the D program. Absolutely. We would just prefer to get somebody from that part of the world to also talk about it, because that's the point of the D program to an extent. We don't just want to be a bunch of fucking Westoids talking about parts of the world based on only things that we've read, right? As an international show, we also want to go with that internationalism when it comes to our coverage. So yes, absolutely, we're just trying to find somebody who has had interactions with that part of the world, or even better, is from that part of the world, to talk about what is happening on the ground.
Hey, I guess if you can't find enough people to buy your shitty trucks, you could always grow your own. But money and women and an ark full of bizarrely named children are not enough for Elon. To show the public he's a man, he seeks the respect of the toughest dudes on the planet, the gamers. You know, nothing says I'm a big, strong man like having your assistant come in to light your gaming candle during your Twitch stream.
All right, we'll add the gaming candle back. Let's add the candle somewhere.
Oh my God, this happened. Holy shit. Elon is a Twitch streamer? Well, chat, I quit.
I don't want to get too...
Oh my God.
Freudian here. Sometimes a gaming candle is just a gaming candle, but perhaps we can see a little bit of fragile masculinity in the fact that Elon keeps his huge synthetic white shaft next to his gaming rig, and that he requires someone else to light it up for him. Armchair psychoanalysts, feel free to pop off in the comments. But even worse,
his stream setup is so ass as well. Like, why is your screen your fucking light? And also, who plays on a screen that big? Especially competitively. It makes no sense to play on a screen that big if you're playing competitively. What the fuck? Thank you, Sour Dev, for the Prime, baby. Thank you very much for the support. Welcome to the community. Bro, I thought that was some sort of air filter thingy. No, it's a massive candle. It's a massive candle that he probably makes his baby mamas slowly melt on top of him as professional semen extraction teams come in, flown from Israel, so that they can IVF impregnate the next lady.
To light it up for him. Armchair psychoanalysts, feel free to pop off in the comments. But even worse, it turns out that Elon, the gamer god, is a total fraud. Gamers watching...
Also, there you go. Him trying to be gamer god tells us how subjective the definition of what it is to be Alpha Giga Chad man genuinely is, right? I love your content, had to sub. Thank you very much, man. Genuinely. And without the beautiful subs, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, or potentially grow this thing into a bigger thing. Thank you very much. Oh, and all the other projects that I'm working on, which at this point is a tiny little bit overwhelming, but we got this, bro. We got this. What did I say? Yeah, it's inherently subjective. So if you're hanging out with gamers, being a fucking, I don't know, the greatest dungeon crawler to ever crawl in a World of Warcraft dungeon, that's the cool thing, okay? That's the masculine thing. If you were a gym rat, then a bigger, swoller fucking front bicep, that's the big thing, you know, bigger legs, bro. What about leg day, bro? It oscillates. And it oscillated when it comes to Elon into the gamer community, which will never not be fucking hilarious, man.
him stream Path of Exile 2, noticed that Elon appeared to have no idea what he was doing, despite claiming to be one of the best players in the world. Redditors started...
Just to repeat myself, like the important thing you should get out of this when it comes to ideological analysis, at least, is these are the wealthiest, most powerful people in the world. They've dedicated their entire life to accruing more capital and accruing more capital and accruing more capital. And what happened? They became literally one of the wealthiest people on the planet, and they didn't end up feeling satisfied. They didn't end up being happy. So that's why they're moving around and moving into other communities and trying to be the head honcho in those communities. Zuck wants to be a big fighter bro. This guy wants to be a big gamer bro, etc., etc. Capitalism does not supply even the capitalist with happiness. Ironically, it even alienates the very parasitic class that sits at its head, because they also serve someone, the dehumanized system that pushes it all backwards and sometimes a little bit forward. That's why it's extra fucked up. That's why it's so dehumanizing. Everybody who participates in it eventually becomes dehumanized, including them. So while yes, a great counter-argument to pulling yourself up by your bootstraps is that in this economy, are you fucking for real? That's impossible, is a decent argument. But an even greater argument is, even if you manage to pull yourself out of poverty, you will get brainwashed into this eternal pursuit of more wealth for the sake of more wealth, and it will never make you happy. And isn't the whole fucking point of creating a system that governs us that it has maximum quote-unquote happiness output? Isn't that the whole point? And this is not generating that output for anybody, for those privileged and not privileged in the system. So how is this thing working exactly? It's not. It's a fucking death cult. Not only is it not working, it's killing the planet as well. It's just so innately, incredibly irrational. It's not about good or bad. It just doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work for anybody. Why are we still doing this, bro? It's stupid.
Tracking his new
Wait, are y'all Hodges here? Yo, bro, yo. Exclamation point Albanian. What the fuck?
Behavior, and eventually figured out that Elon was boosting, meaning he was paying someone else to play the game for him.
I'm going to get lined up against the wall and executed by neo-paganist red Albanians following Ala Beach, landing on Gdansk Beach 2025 because some fucking Serbians in San Francisco had to invent Albanians. I love when you people come in chat and then, we have a serious conversation about happiness, about the system, about the limit that the market economy has on the human soul. And then I scream sentences like, in San Francisco, had to invent Albanians. I am become meme, as the smartest and richest man on planet Earth said. I am become meme.
To level up his account.
It's not with Albanians. No, we love Albanians, bro. We just like to dunk on Albanians. Dude, we are all Albanians. Albanians are the original people. We all stem from Albanians, okay? Albanians were aliens that came to planet Earth, and that's who we de-evolved into. The Homo sapien is a de-evolved original alien Albanian. How do you guys not know your history? This is like, wow.
Not a hurricane machine conspiracy theory. It is beyond a shadow of a doubt true that Elon Musk does not play this game.
Dude, there is just nothing more pathetic than lying about how good you are at a video game. Trust me, I learned that at a sleepover when I was 13 years old. Dude literally could have sent $100 to every teenage boy in America if their approval was that important to him. Just like Mark Zuckerberg, Musk sought out to prove his masculinity, and in the attempt, forfeited it. And again, that follows from the theory of fragile masculinity. Manhood is something that you need to earn by publicly proving yourself, and that means it's also something that you can publicly lose. So what happens then? once you have embarrassed yourself before the public and you look like a little tiny baby boy? Well, if your identity is based around conforming to the masculine stereotype, research again shows that...
Also, in a capitalist world, the only thing rewarded is profiteering. So if you want to do something, like make any progress in any field, you have to either give up on progress, sacrifice things, or you pretend and grift like Elon. Yeah, unfortunately.
When you fail to live up to that stereotype...
The more you grift, the more you're rewarded. You know, the way I'm going to do now, by telling you that it's top of the hour ad break moment, and an ad is going to play in exactly 4 minutes and 10 seconds. If you want to support the show and not watch ads, do consider becoming a sub and allowing me to profit from my sacrifice to the altar of the grift. So that I can continue doing what I do, or gift to those less privileged than you. And for every 10 gift subs, I will give another 5. Because yes, I might love money, but I hate ads more. And YugopnikTwitch will indeed be the first adless experience. Thank you very much. Ad is going to play in 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Stereotype. All you can do is double down and risk embarrassing yourself again. The research on this is nuts. It shows that men whose manhood is threatened tend to respond with aggression. They literally start drinking more, they punch harder, they take more financial risks, and they show less support for gender and social equality. They even get more enjoyment out of sexist and anti-gay jokes. In other words, men who feel insecure about their manhood because it is being threatened literally compensate by becoming even more ludicrous stereotypes of masculinity. And it's important that we understand something here.
The more you talk about masculinity, the less confident you are in your masculinity. That is the reddest flag of all red flags.
Both Musk and Zuck have their masculinity threatened constantly. Even on Musk's own platform X, the one he spent $44 billion to buy, he is repeatedly humiliated. You know how we know that? He literally tweeted, "I am constantly insulted on this platform." Oh, buddy, that's sad for you, man. Oh, I don't want to feel bad for this guy. And it's not just X. In 2022, Elon went on stage during a Dave Chappelle show, and at that show, he was booed by the crowd for 10 minutes.
Weren't expecting this, were you?
Oh! It sounds like some of them people you fired are in the audience.
Now, you know, someone with a stable sense of their own masculinity might persevere in the face of that kind of public hate, but Elon is not that someone. The boos were so upsetting to him that he locked himself in his office at X with employees outside concerned that he was going to harm himself. What could be more fragile than having a breakdown after getting heckled at a fucking comedy show? If you want to see how I react to getting heckled, come see
Also, what the fuck was he doing there in the first place? The fuck?
me on the road. Head to adamconover.net for tickets and tour dates. Both Elon and Zuck are trapped in this cycle of humiliation where they feel the need to prove their masculinity, fail publicly to do so, and then double down, lashing out in ever more aggressive, stereotypically masculine ways. So seen through that lens, it shouldn't be surprising when Elon Musk tweets that he's gonna impregnate Taylor Swift, or co-signs a tweet suggesting that women shouldn't vote, or when Zuck cuts DEI programs at Meta, removes content protections for LGBT people, or goes on Joe Rogan, the most masculine podcast hosted in Texas's gayest city.
But I do think the corporate culture sort of had swung towards being this somewhat more neutered thing. And I didn't really feel that until I got involved in martial arts.
Dude.
The most neutered man to ever neuter. This man was not born with no, whatever I say is against TOS. Is talking about how he started doing martial arts, and that introduced him to what it means to be a man. So he then applied what he learned from martial arts and being a man to the corporate office, and he did not find as much masculinity as he finds on tatami, in a boxing ring, as he did in the office. Incredible analysis from one of the world's wealthiest people. Imagine if there was a locked door, you knew Elon was on the other side of it, you have reason to believe he may be destroying his own body. Just that feeling, goddamn. So what we all agreed that Zuck has been wilding out because of getting boatloads of TRT, right?
I thought you were a powerful CEO. You're telling me you take...
Why is the fucking android talking about human ideas such as masculinity and femininity? Like, dude, you're an android, bruv.
Take one jujitsu class in a strip mall and change the entire way you run your business? That's pathetic. Your problem isn't masculinity, it's that you stole our data and your metaverse sucks. And I'm sorry, you can't complain about your corporate culture not being manly enough when nearly 2/3 of your employees are already men. Then, as in any conversation between two real manly men, hunting came up, and Mark brought up his favorite weapon, the bow.
Although my favorite is bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's, I think, like the most, that feels like the most kind of sporting.
Hey, that's
like I hope all of you have been in a situation where like there's 3, 4. I'm talking to the dudes here, right? But also maybe we got some traditionally to an extent from a reactionary perspective defined as badass women here, right? And you got like those 3, 4 bros that you always hang out with. You know each other like really well. And one of them is like, yo, I'm gonna bring like a new friend I met. You guys, I think he's gonna be a good fit for the group. And you're like, okay, man, no problem. Bring him, and he comes. And your friend warns you, like, he's a bit special, like just don't judge him too fast. And you're like, okay, man, no worries, dude. Like, whatever. We're not fucking normal either. Like, it's all cool. And, you're chilling, drinking your beers. You're watching something on TV. You're talking shit, and some random topic pops up, like, I don't know, cars. And you're like, oh, yo, what do you drive? And one guy's like this, and what do you drive? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, how many horsepower? Oh, that's a fast fucking thing. And you, I'm not really into cars, man. I just drive whatever, a fucking Honda Civic. And you're like, oh, no, that's fine. You don't have to be into cars. And this guy's like super quiet, and he's looking around. That's Zuck, right? He's looking around, just super quiet. And you're like, and you, bro, you? And he's like, oh, I love cars, man. I got like the fastest one. Oh, which one? I got like a really fast one. Like 800 horsepower. Yeah, but bro, okay, that's cool. But what car? It's black. And it's got big rims. What car? Yeah, man, like, it's, I think it's called Deere. No, Mustang. I got a Mustang. 800 horsepower Mustang. And you just look at your friend that brought this guy over and like, seriously, this fucking creature of the night. That's who I'm supposed to spend the next fucking 5 hours drinking with, you motherfucker, okay? That is Zuck. That is motherfucking Zuck. Well, I like to hunt, indeed. I like to hunt with an arrow and a bow. No, actually, I run after the deer with a rock, and I smash its head in, and then I scalp the whole deer with my rock. Don't you know? 800 horsepower, and it's black. It goes really woo. It makes a blah sound. It's electric and diesel powered. Dude, that doesn't exist. No, it exists. I have it. Trust me, it exists. I have a super... Zuck is giving the... I got a super hot girlfriend, but she lives in another state energy. Guys, trust me. Like, no. I've lost my virginity. I got a super, super hot girlfriend. She just lives in another city. Shows you... But I can show you pictures. Shows you picture of an obvious, like, hot lady from Instagram that he screenshotted. You can even see the heart emoji, the like emoji a little bit from the screenshot because it's cropped badly. She goes to another school. Mark Zuckerberg, she goes to another school energy right here, bro. You think he has hunted people yet, or is he just still dreaming of it? I think he's too afraid. Like unless they tie them down like Hostel style, he would get killed by the people that he's hunting. This motherfucker ain't killing shit, bro.
And that's, I think,
the only thing this guy is killing is brains of boomers on Facebook. And dicks of Zoomers on Instagram, okay?
Like the most.
He's maximizing gooner content for Zoomers and maximizing idiot content for boomers.
That feels like the most kind of sporting.
Hey, that's...
Yeah, brother, yeah. My car is very black and it's got like 8,000 horsepower. It's faster than any of you guys' cars and all the ladies love it. I keep driving. What, like 4 ladies? The 5 ladies in my car all the time. They're like, man, Zuck, you got the fastest car, bro. And then I take them to hunt and they watch me hunt down the deer with my bare hands. And I give deer teeth to them as souvenirs, and then they all say, we want to have the sexes with you, and we have intense sex. I even once put it in the butt. You know, I don't think you guys ever put it in the butt.
That's cool as hell.
Oh.
Killing an animal with a gun, easy, but using a bow and arrow, that's personal, visceral. That is the most manly way for men to hunt. Unless, of course, you're lying about it.
What kind of bow do you have?
Gosh. I didn't get to do it this season, but...
Oh my God, she goes to another school, bro.
FBI, open up!
She goes to another school, bro. Ah! I love this. This is peak content, bro.
Do you know the company that makes it?
FBI, open up!
Not off the top of my head. I have a few.
You have to know.
Yeah, no, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
I can get you hooked up.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, why lie about this? Why? It's like Mark caught a stomach bug that makes him incapable of holding down his own dignity. He just has to barf this embarrassing shit out. It is utterly humiliating. But you know what? It's also typical. Musk and Zuck aren't outliers. See, as much as I like to make fun of these guys, it's not entirely their fault. Fragile masculinity is something that society does to men, that it inflicts upon us. I mean, hell, our own families do it to us. Elon is this way because he was bullied and abused as a child. First and foremost by his macho, overcompensating, flailing businessman of a dad who, quote, never tired of telling Elon how worthless he was. I know, I'm sorry, I made you feel bad for Elon Musk, but that is...
Warning, if Zuck gets any more cringe, my asshole will pucker so tight that the pressure will cringe a black hole into existence in my colon and end the world. Chatter, God fucking damn it. You made me read that out. Celtics. Never change. I'm a new viewer after the phenomenal interview with Mike. The soundboard scared the shit out of me. Sorry, my friend. Welcome.
The truth. Fragile masculinity is not a mystic force of human nature. It's a set of ideas that is transmitted from person to person, from shitty dad to pathetic son. And even though Musk and Zuckerberg are the most privileged and powerful people on the planet, they have been absolutely warped by it. At the root of Zuck's decision to allow abuse and harassment of vulnerable people on his platforms, or Musk's efforts to destroy the mechanics of American government from the inside, are these dudes' failures to be the men they imagine themselves to be. It's just sad, frankly. But, you know, these guys are billionaires, so they're going to be fine no matter what. No matter how much they embarrass themselves, they'll be okay. But when this dynamic happens to real men in the real world,
okay, great points. Completely agree. Just to reiterate what I previously said. One thinks that if I only make a little bit more money, and then you make it, but only a little bit more, and then you make it, but only a little bit more, you know, fully gamba-brained, because participating in the profit, making the profit incentive, everything that your life revolves around is being gamba brain, right? You keep telling yourself a little bit more, and I'm finally going to be happy. A little bit more, I'm going to finally be happy. A little bit more, I'm finally going to be happy. And for these guys that have so much wealth, a little bit more and a lot more suffering for other people, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be happy. And then they don't end up being fulfilled. They don't end up finding themselves. Even those who own the so-called means of production, which causes us to feel alienated as workers, eventually become alienated themselves. And that is... Why are we doing this? It works for nobody. Why are we doing this? Why?
Makes
it is surreal.
Their lives worse. It often kills them. And it explains the fascist turn in American politics. See, our American concept of masculinity, again, is centered around independence, competition, and achievement. All good qualities if you can achieve them in a secure way. But by those terms, many young American men are objectively failing through no fault of their own. First, our schools are leaving men behind. Their dropout...
Yes, and masculine identity, just like how any other social category, is being utilized by reactionary talking heads to tell them, no, it's not actually the system causing all of these problems for you. It is that other group that is questioning what you thought you would inherit from your dad, but you're no longer inheriting. You know, your dad might have also been a loser, but at least he had a wife at home that would always wait for him and scream, "Hi, honey, are you home? Hi, honey, I'm home. Is there a steak on the table, or should I slap the living shit out of you?" And yet now you don't have that. And you don't have that because bitches be bitches, right? Bitches be doing bitch stuff. Fuck them bitches. So hyper-focus on hating women, and everything's going to get fixed. Oh, your job, you no longer have a job, but your black neighbor has a job. Hyper-focus on race, etc., etc., etc. Every single social category can be utilized as a fictitious lie that explains away your problems in order to make sure you do not look at the core material systemic problems that underpin most of your ills. Everything can be used. Fascism does not need to use ethnicity per se. It can use gender. It can even use shit like vaccines. I'm tired of repeating this. I think you have learned it at this point. Okay, so we'll stop repeating it. Thank you. I love you.
Rates are higher and their scores are lower than women. And while they were just as likely to graduate college as women 30 years ago, now women have left them in the dust. And it's not just school, it's in the economy itself.
And you know, for example, they show them data like this, and they tell them that, you know, women are inferior. Like, how are they progressing faster than us, even inside of the market economy? It has to be DEI. It has to be this woke mob that intentionally hires women into better paid position instead of men, because they want to be more palatable to whatever woke mind virus infested general population they're trying to sell their products to, etc., etc., etc. There is always a lie underpinning another lie, underpinning another lie, underpinning another lie, but it's all built on an insanely shabby foundation of this is why your life isn't working out. It's pathetic. It's being a fucking cuck.
Young men are working less than they did in the past, and their wages are stagnating, especially if they don't have college degrees. And remember, college is expensive in this country, so many men can't access it. The world has literally changed around.
We must defeat women. They has become too powerful. Let us start saying DEI a lot. Exactly. As a wise man once said.
Of course you do. It's like my Uncle Kagi once said, with great power comes great big booty bitches.
right? Let us return to that time.
American men. Our economy is no longer structured so that an average guy without a college degree can get a good job to provide for his wife and family. The jobs that these men used to get are simply gone.
Hey, why the mask?
And that's why young men are also living at home at a way high.
Hidden in the leaves. Yes, my friend. I am ninja. I am ninja.
Because I want to be anonymous, my friend. I know it looks weird and LARPy and cringe. I just prefer being anonymous. And have the words that I speak out of my mouth define whether you want to listen, not who I am.
Higher rate than young women. Unsurprisingly, young women are not super excited about shacking up with young men who are less likely to have completed their education, gotten a job.
I'm also a ninja. In my free time, I throw shuriken at enemy of village. I have destroyed many enemies of village. My village is safe now, so I stream from the safest village in the Hokage.
Or live on their own, and consequently young men are way more likely to be single and way less likely to have sex than they used to be. Men also experience higher rates of loneliness, drug abuse, and suicide. I mean, men commit suicide nearly 4 times as often as women. Just about every social indicator looks worse for men, and that is a serious problem.
You have a mouth? I thought the balaclava was speaking the entire time. No, like real Yugopnik is sitting in the background. I pay a guy that is incredibly handsome, that wears a mask, that moves his hands around in front of the microphone, but this microphone is actually turned off. The real Yugopnik is like right over there, right behind the screen, and he's the one actually talking into the microphone. I'm just a highly paid actor to whom 95% of all the sub money goes to, right? That's why you should consider becoming a sub and avoiding the ad that is going to play in the next 5 minutes. Pay this incredibly handsome masked ninja actor a salary that he truly, truly deserves, and in return, you will have an adless experience. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Because if they can't pay this incredibly handsome actor, imagine they might bring on, I don't know, God forbid, like a woman, right? That's going to be paid 10 to 15% less than a male actor. That would be horrific, right? Yeah. Thank you very much. Ad plays in 4 minutes. Thank you, Bill Vogue. Shout out to the highly paid actor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dude, I've been killing it with the fucking ad pitches today, man. Killing it, bruv. Killing it.
By the way, those last stats are from our sponsor, usafacts.org. If you want real data straight from the
Yugonica, let's go. Yugonica.
Government,
Yugopnika.
And they're the place to go to. And you know what?
Yugopita.
In a time when it seems like no one can agree, it's really critical to have useful and reliable data that you know is straight from the source. And usafacts.org has been
I would, but one of those disabled broke peeps. That's why we have mutual aid here. For every 10 gift subs, it doesn't have to be from one person, I give another 5. That's the idea. I want nobody to have to watch ads and everybody to be a sub. Makes the show sustainable. Yes, I lose half of the money I get from gift subs. Who gives a fuck? Everybody's a sub, you know. Utopia. Twitch Utopia. That's why that thing up there is there.
A fantastic resource for us when we've been writing and researching these videos. So check them out, usafacts.org. It's a phenomenal resource.
Yugonet, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Why is that so like goon coded? YugopnikTwitch, brate. Twitcheva, brate.
Crisis that men are facing isn't just bad for our health and our wallets. It also harms men's image of ourselves, and it plays right into the fragile masculinity trap. If you're not able to earn a living or find a partner, that literally threatens your image of your own manhood. And that forces you, once again, to double down. And that has had a powerful effect on our politics. Research actually shows that the more insecure you are as a man, the more you support tough guy right-wing policies, which is why it should be no surprise that so many young men turned sharply towards Trump this election.
And also why it is not for people that are attracted to dudes in chat. Why it is not lived up to say that you should treat your potential future partner's politics as a potential red flag if they are reactionary. If they are reactionary, chances are that they're incredibly insecure and that in the long run, they might harm you emotionally or, God forbid, even physically. This is not a lived up take, in my opinion. You really, 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 really should not date, fuck, or interact with reactionary people, because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass in the long term. Because the fact that they're reactionary means that they're deeply insecure, flawed human beings, and you don't want none of that in your life, okay? You go dad moment, you go unk moment. Don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to yourself. You should treat it as an unsurpassable fucking red flag.
To MAGA sues the masculinity of a billionaire who got his feelings hurt by a pro gamer, well, it must do the same thing for an unemployed 25-year-old with no job prospects in a changing economy. That's why Trump...
But what if they are hot? Where Mussolini was relatively hot and his wife rightfully did a wallpaper 180 degrees rotation, 90-degree rotation with him, right? So, yeah, if you want to risk that, you are risking a rotation as well.
Trump's campaign was awash in hyper-masculine images, like this one. And if that seems like a childish version of masculinity, it literally is. In the case of Hulk Hogan, it's literally for children. Eat your vegetables, brothers. But at least it's something. Republicans went out of their way to bring the campaign to young men. They targeted them where they were, watching UFC, listening to dude podcasts, and going to college football games. But what did young men get from the Democrats in 2024? Oh, an invitation to Coach Waltz's roof to clean his gutters while he delivers a lecture about enthusiastic consent. That's worse than fucking nothing. Thanks a lot, Mr. fucking Feeney. Young men are in a crisis. That is our social and economic reality.
No, the system is in a crisis, which leads to young men to feel like they're in a crisis, but everybody is in a crisis. And answering that crisis can only be done through a wider systematic switch or the complete overturn of what we deem to be normal. Okay.
And if we do not address the source of that crisis, it will continue to be inflamed by the same compensatory power fantasies that have melted the brains of Zuck and Elon. And to do that, young men, yes, need new forms of media that actually speak to their problems and give them proper role models.
Like the shitbag left, bro. Shitbag left unite. No, shitbag left unite.
Ooh! What a healthier version of masculinity could look like. Plenty of people have made that argument. But more importantly than that, they need actual policy that actually addresses their problems. We need more male teachers for struggling male students.
We need more commie dudes calling reactionary dudes cuck bitches, okay?
We need to help men get and keep jobs by promoting the hell out of vocational training and making it, guess what, free so people can actually access it.
And we need to call out dudes constantly talking about masculinity as non-masculine. Huh?
And we need to make sure that those jobs, when they get them, are stable, good-paying union jobs that actually provide them a life. And when it comes to addressing the unacceptably high rate of male suicide, we need a serious and sustained public health response. Policy is not enough.
First rule of masculinity.
Wait. I got to do it with... Wait, 1 second. 1 second.
The first rule of masculinity is you do not talk about masculinity.
Said the guy that's been talking about masculinity for an hour now, but you get my fucking point.
By itself. We also need to change our concept of masculinity to not be so fucking fragile. And you know what? That is possible. Because while fragile masculinity is seen in societies...
I've been trying to radicalize my Uber drivers. Works pretty well, not gonna lie. Dude, always. I am the toxic guy that actually responds to the cab driver after they say something hella racist. And very often they turn around and like, oh, that makes sense.
Around the world, different societies buy into it more or less. And you know what makes them buy into it less? Gender equality. That's right. Countries with higher levels of gender equality have lower levels of fragile masculinity, have more secure masculinity in their male populace. Yeah, it turns out that oppressing women and queer people doesn't strengthen your manhood. It only makes you more fucking insecure. Kinda makes sense, right? I mean, guys who are secure in their masculinity are generally less likely to bully a gay teen in the cafeteria. And that means that we are not stuck. We can escape the trap of fragile masculinity by treating everyone in society with fairness and empathy. And that means that when these supposed tech visionaries...
Unironically great video by Adam, blah, 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 but go more to the root, my friend. Go more to the root. Like, saying we should just treat everybody better, etc., etc. I completely agree. Obviously, everybody with a fucking half of a soul and half of a sense of security in oneself would say the same thing. But to make it not more complicated, but more closer to the root cause is what? Is what? Call out this in-group, out-group mechanic for what it is. Outsourcing very real problems caused by the system to another social, ethnic, or gender group as a lie, because it is a lie. That's it. Just keep calling it out. Keep telling people, yo, it's not gay people that are making your life fucking miserable. It's not immigrants that are making your life fucking miserable. It's not women having a job that is making your life fucking miserable. Call it out at the crux. Call it out at the foundation on which that non-argument is built upon. That's how you remove it from the conversation in general.
Embrace the dumbest version of masculinity and use it to overthrow our government and make it less fair?
Really point it out and laugh at it. Laugh at it. Some guy going off about gay people all the time, you just literally going like, dude, why the fuck are you so obsessed with gay people? You're fucking weird, bro. Why do you fucking keep talking about what the fuck? The fuck, bro? That's fucking weird, dude.
They're not driving us towards the future. They're grasping at the pathetic past and keeping themselves imprisoned. But you know what? There's a big, bright world outside of those bars. One where you can have all of your masculine virtues, like bacon burgers, naval history podcasts, and chopping wood with your shirt off. And one in which healthy aggression and competition are valued as the virtues that they are, but also one in which your masculinity doesn't depend on the approval of others, but is secure in itself. So you know what? I think we need to thank...
Great video by Adam. Thank you very much. If you want a wider conversation about this, why we blame women for the masculinity crisis, but ironically, you need to be over 18 to watch it because YouTube was like, yeah, this video criticizing patriarchal thinking, it's not for children. And still 400k views, but what the fuck? Somebody said blowback new season trailer. Oh, I haven't seen it.
The government of South Africa said today it is sending more of its troops into Angola.
Oh, I need to get them on the deprogram again.
The CIA director went to brief. Gentlemen, this is a map of Africa. Here is Angola.
Angola receives help from an unexpected source as the small island nation of Cuba sends thousands of its own troops to defend against the threat from South Africa.
No podíamos cruzarnos de brazo.
We felt that it was necessary to face this Cuban issue head on.
Brutal, repressive, and opportunistic. That's the way guerrilla leader Jonas Savimbi is described, but he has the support of the president.
Cinema. Nobody makes trailers better than these guys. Fucking crazy. Goosebumps! Keep winning, bro. Keep winning. I know all the guys from Blowback. Fucking sick fucks, man. Sick fucks. Sick fucks. When is it coming out? Probably in like a year, but completely worth the fucking wait. Big fucking G's. Big fucking G's. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love Blowback so much. Ugh. Their trailers are ridiculous. 2025? Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Well, I got to get them into the program to talk about it. Before every season, they come on the show and talk about what is incoming. Thank you very much, Sissy Hypno.
Bruh. Bruh.
Incredible name. And thank you, Poopy Dan, for the 5 months. Thank you very much for the subs, you beautiful sons of bitches. Thank you very much. TV show, no, it's a podcast. Like, write Blowback Podcast. A lot of it is paid, but it's completely worth paying the money because it's like incredibly well developed. And while they do make like crazy money from the show, they reinvest a lot of it back into the show, and the quality shows. It's a limited podcast format, and it is incredibly cinematic. It is incredibly detailed, incredibly well researched. It's just fucking good. It is really, 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 really fucking good. I really like Chapo series on the 30-Year War. Yeah, I interviewed Matt right when it came out also on the D program. I hope Matt is doing well. I don't really have many updates on how Matt Christmas is doing. I'm a massive fan. Like, Matt developed so much of my socialist thinking, unironically. And funny enough, not necessarily through Chapo, but through the individual 1-hour streams he would do with a fucking broken phone and broken microphone on YouTube that he did for like 2 years straight, just going on hardcore rants. That shit was inspiring. Brilliant man. I hope Matt is back. Matt is back. Fuck yeah! I haven't listened to Chapo in a sec. No, I listened to Chapo last week. I listened to that episode about like current politics and shit. Nothing to, yeah. I'm glad he's back. He had a few appearances at Chapo recently. Okay, I need to check out my Chapo Patreon. That is cool. That is very nice. I'm really glad he's doing well. Kush Vlogs, yeah, Kush Vlogs. Kush Vlogs like did crazy things to me. We got fellow Kush Vlog enjoyers. I'm really glad to see that. It's extremely underrated. If you wanna check it out, these are Kush Vlogs. If you want to get into it, like this 6-hour one, yes, as you can see, I listened to the entirety of 6 hours worth of Kush Vlog. I'm fangirling over Matt here so hard. And like the episode when he came on wasn't that good, in my opinion. He was pretty tired. And his microphone, like, I mean, it's Matt. I'm not blaming it on him. It's part of the appeal. His microphone was fucking god awful, so I could like barely hear anything that he was saying. But it was still an immense pleasure to talk to one of my Geroi, brat, to one of my Giros. Still, Matt Big G. Chapo in general, a chill inspiration. I like Chapo.
It's great to...
Now, let's talk about the opposite of Chapo, the right-wing Chapo, fucking crypto bros. And while I am never going to jump on the internal bandwagon of hating all of crypto or not crypto, and hating on blockchain in general, because I think blockchain can have a lot of positive use even in a socialist society. The way it's being utilized right now, it's incredibly toxic, and it's basically turned into yet another commodity for wealth extraction. And they have conferences, and the biggest chuds on the planet, libertarian-coded racists, pretty much go to one place and they talk shit, and More Perfect Union just came out with a video about it. So let's do a little bit of a chud watch, point and laugh, as they say. Point and laugh.
To be alive right now. We're alive at the greatest time in financial history.
Money is power. And here in Miami, a new kind of money wants its place at the table.
It's blockchain, and it's a digital revolution.
I'm at one of America's largest crypto conferences, just miles from what used to be FTX Arena, where a $135 million naming rights deal collapsed.
I have absolutely no idea how they can look at themselves in the mirror and say that crypto is still like a revolutionary monetary system that is attempting to remove banks from the equation and democratize finance, which was the original pitch, because it's unironically not democratized at all. Like, you basically now have almost more crypto banks than you even have cryptocurrencies that have very much so centralized the process of buying and selling and accruing crypto. Like, sure, you're no longer using Bank of America or whatever the fuck. They just called a different thing, and they're calling them, what was it, like liquidity bases or what the fuck that fucking term was. But like, they made crypto and immediately banks became a thing. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's gotten corrupted immediately, even from like the very naive perspective of what they thought it's going to lead to. It's already gone. Thank you, Bluffhead, for the bits. Liquidity providers. Thank you, Figgy.
Alongside the crypto exchange in 2022. But here,
the moment institutions started speculating on it, it was wraps. I agree completely.
It's ancient history.
Good morning, crypto enthusiasts!
For those that said Bitcoin will never get to 100,000, what do you have to say now? It's to 1 million.
After pouring over $100 million into the 2024 election, crypto won every race it backed, and now counts the president in its corner.
The United States will be the crypto capital of the planet.
I'm here to find out what the industry really wants with all that money.
Oh, well.
Dude, that would be crazy if they actually, if the United States buys up a bunch of Bitcoin. That would be fucking hilarious. That would be very bad for the economy. It would be very bad for the economy. Imagine introducing a currency that fluctuates harder than, I don't know, a man with erectile dysfunction's dick fluctuates, and linking it to the Fed. That would be wow.
The whole world needs an enema. Donald Trump's that enema.
Bruh.
Watching these people is literally...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Beyond the excitement that people here feel, I found a multi-billion-dollar industry with a radical vision that could threaten the whole economy, even for those of us who have never spent a penny on a digital asset.
Bust is going to come when it does, if the traditional financial system and the crypto ecosystem have sort of fully merged. We're ready to have another 2008 moment.
Yeah, you can. Oh, man, dude, that would be a bad idea. Dude, oh my God. Don't do that, please. Oh, holy shit. Fuck, we're going to be so cooked if they do that. But also, it's going to go against the fucking idea it was supposed to not interact with states or private banks in any way. That was the pitch you were giving on why it's good and it's revolutionary, that it's completely independent and you can move the money around whatever way you want, and it's like, oh, you actually own your your money. It's not the state or the bank. And now you want the state and the bank to do shit with it. Come on, bro.
Welcome to WAGME Miami. I mean, walking by, hell of a claim on the side here.
Americans do not need to be slaves. They don't have to file income taxes. I have not paid any federal income or payroll taxes for over 30 years and openly teaching others to do the same.
Wow. Remarkable story. It's a strange place to be a crypto agnostic, someone who sees obvious scams in the industry, but can't completely dismiss the true Bitcoin believers.
There's so many great people in this industry right now that started off as skeptics. One of my founding partners came to Bitcoin because he was convinced he was going to find out where it was a scam. He was from finance, and then he found out it wasn't. We ended up starting this company. It's a very, very deep topic. We're talking about finance.
American economy wants to attach their currency to crypto. Sorry for South Park reference.
Sirs, another insurance company is going under. Now determining most prudent move for insurance company. not the insurance company.
And the value of human society is being saved.
We've got more tailwind than we've ever had behind us in the cryptocurrency industry.
Bro, Bro. Don't watch Hassan. We have Hassan at home.
Tailwind than we've ever had behind us in the cryptocurrency industry.
Everyone here is ecstatic, hopeful. Trump's election launched Bitcoin past 100K, minting new millionaires overnight. There's booths selling training and software, and yacht brokers and Cayman Island lawyers.
If you're a US citizen, I always say, always get US tax advice before you come to us.
Want to route your profits through Palau to avoid US taxes? It's complicated, but here's maybe step one. Or maybe you're looking for real estate.
These are all 3 and 4 bedroom residences, so they start at 3.4 million.
Hot damn. Well, I wish that I could be a customer of yours, but I am not.
If the market keeps going this direction, you will be.
All of this is based on a pretty simple idea.
Cryptocurrencies are a piece of data that people buy and sell digitally.
Traditional banking needs a bunch of middlemen, banks, clearinghouses, and lawyers who write the rules. Most cryptocurrency is on something called the blockchain, which lets you transact directly by replacing all of them with math and code.
A lot of people have this mentality.
But then you give institutions the right to hold them, and they are the biggest holders. Bravo!
See that crypto is a scam or fraud or blah, blah, blah. It's simply not true.
I don't care what it is. You're not following your idea, bruv.
It's just a technology. It's a tool at the end of the day, right?
But for many, it's a tool that's very much something more.
Bitcoin is of the people, by the people, for the people.
Crypto is actually a fresh, natural, free privacy alternative to the corrupt system.
The original idea
proceeds to put all his crypto in crypto.com, which is basically a fucking bank.
behind Bitcoin, which is the first cryptocurrency, was that we couldn't trust banks or financial institutions.
So seeing all of the big banks get bailed out, and it just really struck with me.
There are certainly people who continue to hold those early ideological beliefs, but there is also this massive speculative industry built around it where people are hoping to get rich quick by picking cryptocurrencies they hope.
And that's the vast majority of them. Will
go up in price.
Most people I met at the conference would fall into the true believers.
Thank you, Ghost in Arrest, baby, for the 5 gifties. Thank you very much. Plain chat, Purple Brother. Thank you very much.
But there's more to the story.
There is also
5 more gifties, and I give another 5.
So a much larger industry.
Welcome, brother.
Around cryptocurrency that in many ways sort of shadows the very same financial intermediaries they originally spoke about doing away with.
That larger industry recently found an unlikely champion, the president.
Promoting his company.
And how do you live with yourself if you're a true believer in crypto? The idea that money can be managed by a decentralized, amoral piece of code. And then you're ecstatic when the fucking state, the greatest enemy of this idea, wants to buy and hold said asset. Let's call it currency, okay? It's not an asset, bro. It's not an asset. It's like a communist saying that you can have socialism and you can have Amazon operating as a private enterprise in it.
He's newly launched Trump meme coin.
I don't know much about it.
It's like seeing monkeys poke their own ass and be amazed by it. Blockchain loses all its usability as soon as it's used by the establishment. Exactly.
Then I launched it. I heard it was...
That's my exactly Linder Wave. Like that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be as which I shouldn't, and Chad is already hating on me, and I see it. I'm trying to be as nice to true blockchain believers, etc., as I can. But I'm not seeing a lot of rationality on the other side, bro.
was very successful.
I should bring blockchain, Anne, like write it down, because I'm stupid and I'll forget. Maybe I should get Blockchain Socialist on for an interview. He's really smart.
$60 billion in volume, 48 hours. He showed what could be done. Those numbers don't lie.
The guy's crypto holdings are now worth more money than anything else he owns.
There's zero value. What's the value in Doge token right now? It's just a belief in a movement and in a community. And so by Trump doing it, our beautiful First Lady doing it, it kind of validates that now they're not afraid of prosecution. If it's good enough for the president to do it, it should be good enough for anyone to be able to do it.
The numbers tell the story. After he promoted it, Trump coin shot to $75, then crashed.
Share your view on this, but example was off. Tell me, my friend, I want to learn what was off in the example. Genuinely, I'm not being aggressive. I genuinely would like to learn.
To 17. 31 early traders made nearly $669 million. Early buyers escaped with $6.6 billion. Meanwhile, over 800,000 people combined to lose $2 billion. Over the last 4 years, there was one regulator against this type of speculation. SEC Chair Gary Gensler.
That guy was a prick. Sour grapes. Somebody that couldn't hack it.
I think he was unpopular for a reason.
The irony? Gensler helped build crypto's foundation, teaching one of MIT's first blockchain courses.
That was my introduction to blockchain technology, actually, was his classes.
As a regulator, he became the industry's biggest threat, targeting major firms for violations.
And then the crypto industry says, okay, it's fine that you're coming after us, but give us clear-cut.
Alibaba is Amazon. I just wanted to mention that, nothing important. Now, you're alluding to my allegory of you cannot have, you cannot say that you've achieved socialism and have Amazon operating as a private company. Yeah, of course, yeah. And nobody here, me especially, has ever said that China has achieved socialism, right? It is not. As long as Alibaba exists as a private enterprise in China or private institutions exist in China, it hasn't. Pro-China people would say, this is the transitionary period where they are utilizing the market against their imperial enemies in order to one day achieve a stable and developed enough economy for them to properly transition to socialism, blah, blah, blah. Agree with that or disagree with that. But my allegory was not alluding to the current state in which China finds itself. That's it.
Guidelines and regulation, and they never did it whatsoever.
Everyone at the conference had the same story about Gensler, and I found myself nodding along. It matched what I read, and it made me wonder, why didn't Gensler provide clear guidelines?
It wasn't that they didn't have certainty, it was that the certainty that was offered to them impeded what they wanted to do.
Hugo, what's your opinion on this take? Oh, I'm about to get myself in trouble. What's this one? It's loading. It doesn't want to load. I just saw a black red guard and it's not loading. The internet is trying to make me stay out of trouble. Unironically, like I'm trying to open it. There you go. It's just not opening. I swear. It's not opening. Is Twitter down? It's not, because it's opening on Safari, but on Google Chrome it doesn't want to open. Basically, it's Slavs aren't white. If they could sit in the front of the bus, go to an all-white school, eat in a segregated restaurant, and marry a white person without violence, they are white in the U.S. MLK tried to march in Cicero, and the Poles and Czechs and other motherfuckers with last names ending in ski damn near tore him to pieces. No, absolutely correct take. Like, Slavs in the United States are white. Yeah, especially if they identify with the whites, which they very often do. Yeah, there's no controversy there. Absolutely no controversy, yes. Slavs that are second, third generation, or even first generation that identify with fellow whites and are in the United States, of course they get all the fucking privileges of being a white person in America, and therefore they kind of melt themselves together with the wider American white identity. Yeah, 100%.
That's Hillary Allen. She's a law professor at American University. She investigated the last financial crisis for Congress.
But the very the first larger with MLK was also a Orthodox, which is deeply linked to at least Eastern Slavic and Southern Slavic identity, and our Orthodox Archbishop, I believe, that marched together with him, etc., etc. Right? It's it's a long conversation or whatever the fuck. But generally, globally, well, yes, we are pasty ass motherfuckers. The Western Europeans, which defined what it means to be a member of the civilized races of the so-called white race, never really included Slavs into said category. That does not mean, though, that if you're even a very pasty Arab and you go to the United States and you white code yourself super hard and you completely forget about your heritage, that you're not eventually going to be also treated as a white and eventually even utilize all the privileges that come with that in the U.S. It's, conversations about race about belonging to categories, let's call it, not race, belonging to categories in the U.S. are very different to how they develop outside of the U.S., etc., etc. It is different than living in the U.S. and assimilating into whiteness, yeah.
There is no law that is completely certain. Every law is open to all kinds of interpretation, even if it seems clear on its face. For example, fraud is illegal. Does the statute spell out in chapter and verse every single thing that counts as fraud? No, because if you did that, that would just give a roadmap for anyone who wanted to commit fraud.
That's the heart of it. Crypto says it's leading a revolution that needs new rules. Gensler saw
the U.S. also has a different type of racism than Western Europe. Yeah. I mean, that's why, Western European racists often make fun of North American racists because they're like, dude, you're counting the non-whites as whites. What the fuck are you doing? The Europeans, quite literally bordering other countries where people look almost the same as them, have developed racial theory that others, even those neighbors that they have. So it's the assimilation that occurred into whiteness by different groups that, if they were still in Europe, would hate each other's guts, never happened in Europe, so that hatred still exists, while in the U.S. it's more us versus them because of their proximity to other ethnicities that they can more easily other, right? Think you're getting what I'm saying.
Saw it differently. Except for a few cryptocurrencies, these are investments. File your paperwork like everyone else, which involves financial statements.
There's no way they could come up with audited financials because there's nothing behind them. So what the crypto industry was looking for was regulation that didn't enforce those kind of things, but still gave consumers enough comfort that they'd be willing to invest.
When Gensler wouldn't back down, the industry found another way forward. Buy enough political influence to...
I was called a bleach N-word by the PSNI as a kid in the north of Ireland. Crazy shit. Racists are the dumbest fucking people on planet Earth.
Replace them.
Herder, me not got melanin, herder, that is my entire identity now. Wow, bro, you're so cool, bro. You're so fucking cool. What's up, Struggle? Welcome, Raiders. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much, Struggle, for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful raid. We are having a wonderful time here. I don't know if you're in here, please, everybody, go check out Struggle, brilliant fucking comrade, streaming all the time. You will really, really miss out if you don't check out Struggle's work. Immense pleasure to call him a friend of the show. And we should do a co-stream sometime, Struggle. I did it with Mike from PA the other day, and it was extremely fun. We should do one together if you're in chat. Welcome. Make our Raiders feel welcome. If you got some money on the side, and throw some fucking gifties at them. We are 5 gifts away from me giving another 5. So let's remove them from the eternal struggle of having to watch an ad. Welcome, guys. We're watching Crypto Chuds right now. Today is a light Chud stream. Previously, we were talking about masculinity and shit. Now we're talking about the potential linkage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for real. Let's do it. I would really love to. And wait, why are you not VIP'd in my chat, bro? Why are you not VIP'd? VIP. Why is struggle not VIP? You have added struggle as VIP. There you go. You're VIP, bro. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. VIP, brother. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Cynical Chris, for the 3. We are two away from me giving another 5. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, struggle, as always. Now, let's continue.
Because there's nothing behind them. So what the crypto industry was looking for was regulation that didn't enforce those kind of things, but still gave consumers enough comfort that they—
Jesus Christ, stop giving a shit. 20 gifties, thank you, brother. For 20, that means I gotta give another 10. Let's fucking go. Paint it purple, baby. Ain't nobody watching ads here, brothers. Indeed, brothers, the great giant against advertising has developed, brothers. Thank you very, very much. Let's fucking go. Thank you, struggle.
They'd be—
And thank you very much, stop giving a shite. Great name, indeed, great name.
willing to invest.
When Gensler wouldn't back down, the industry found another way forward. Buy enough political influence to replace him.
The cryptocurrency super PACs raised around $200 million during the 2024 election cycle, and they spent about $130 million of that. Rather remarkable to see this amount of money coming out of the cryptocurrency industry, especially because they had not previously been that involved in politics.
Because the original premise of the true believers was that they should never get involved into politics. But I guess they, to an extent, put the money where their mouth is, and they do want to bring it into the political mainstream. But the fact that they want to bring it into the political state mainstream means that they're, at the end of the day, only utilizing it as a tool to make more money out of this thing, not because they want to replace fiat currency with theirs. I'm basically right now being kind of cringe because I'm doing Vuvuzela iPhone 100 billion on Crypto Bros. Because it's not a deep analysis. I'm calling them hypocrites. I know that it's very fucking surface levels, but it's so massively hypocritical that it warrants saying. You know what I mean?
Molly tracked where all this political spending came from. The biggest checks? From the very companies the SEC was investigating. Coinbase, charged with selling unregistered securities. They donated $46 million. Ripple.
These are banks. These are banks. You moved into crypto because you were disappointed by the bailouts of banks in 2008. This was not supposed to involve the government or the banks. And now it is birthing incredibly wealthy and powerful banks, which are doing what? Lobbying the government the same way those banks which were bailed out in 2008 did. Turns out that only talking about currency and the way it flows is irrelevant when you don't change the main motivational drivers of the system in which that currency flows. Because the second that currency becomes capital, aka currency that you can use to generate more capital, it is eventually going to start being held in less and less hands and then utilized against other currency owners because they want your currency as well. And they want to eat it up through capital accumulation, through higher power levels. That's what's flawed about believing that crypto can be revolutionary when it comes to how much we depend on the big guy. Because after a year or two, new big guys enter the play because you can buy crypto with fiat currency. So people who are already rich can buy into crypto and also be crypto rich. So you're just doing the same thing. You're calling it something else. And now you have crypto banks that are lobbying the government. So what have we achieved? What kind of democratization of finance have we achieved? Bro, what kind?
Also facing SEC action, threw in $45 million. And Andreessen Horowitz, the Silicon Valley giant with investments across the industry, matched them nearly dollar for dollar.
The cryptocurrency industry has been very clear that they want changes to the regulatory environment.
As soon as you saw billionaires and politicians buying into crypto, you had to realize the original purpose was done for at that point. Now it's just another money scam. Unfortunately, yes. Can it be saved, quote unquote? I don't fucking know.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
Blockchain technology is
subscriber.
impressive. I don't think that's deniable, but just utilizing it to generate currencies. I need to get blockchain socialist on here to explain better.
Wonderful, a new child
Because
soldier.
they analyze crypto
subscriber.
from a class conscious perspective, right? Very, very cool creator.
United States.
A little over a month into the Trump administration, and it's
I
already
almost made
Wonderful, a
30K
new
on
child soldier.
Doge, but my dumbass
subscriber.
socialist brain told me crypto is bad. It's bad, lol. I hope you pull it out, bro. Congratulations. Fuck it. No, fucking... even Karl Marx himself made what amounts
Wonderful, a new
to
child
today's
soldier.
money of around
subscriber.
$400,000 or something, I think. No, 40,000. I'm not sure. By trading stock and shit. No, man. Make that fucking bread. Make that fucking bread. Just I hope you pulled out.
Wonderful,
Hope you
a
turned
new
it
child
into
soldier.
fiat, bro.
Subscriber.
Hyperion. And if you did, you better give back in the form of subscriptions, motherfucker. I'm sorry, I have to shill.
already happening.
Wonderful,
Gensler
a
is
new
out at
child
SEC,
soldier.
replaced by Paul
subscriber.
Atkins. He's a crypto lobbyist who counted the collapsed FTX as a client. Howard Lutnick, whose company owns 5% of controversial crypto giant Tether, took commerce. And the new Treasury Secretary.
No, I
Wonderful,
didn't. That's
a
why I'm
new
a
child
dumbass.
soldier. Subscriber.
Bro.
Bruh.
Come on, brah.
Is Scott Bezant. Here's what he said about crypto last summer.
Crypto is about freedom. And
Wonderful, a new
the
child soldier.
crypto
subscriber.
economy is here to stay. Crypto is bringing in young people. It's bringing in the people who haven't participated in markets.
They want to see a free-for-all, honestly, when it comes to how companies can present investments to retail buyers. And they're hoping to see basically a hands-off approach from the government when it comes to the entire tech industry, not just the cryptocurrency world.
The new agency heads can reshape enforcement, and they already have, pausing investigations and opening.
Massive oversimplification, but basically, hey, you have all this...
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
It's basically, hey, bro, look, all this fancy-looking clothing, but it's exceptionally expensive. We will make the same looking clothing, but with cheaper materials and using basically slave labor, and we will sell it to you at a much lower price. That's, for example, Zara's modus operandi. We will create premium-looking clothes at a lower price by going around... By changing basically the marketing strategy and by utilizing cheaper labor and cheaper products to develop the same thing. So they allowed younger people or poorer people to engage in luxurious looking, but not really luxurious because it's no longer defined as such, pieces of clothing. To an extent, crypto exchange is a similar thing, trading in stock, putting money into S&P 500, etc., etc. That's for the old fucking freaks, right? People and it's too complicated. It's too complicated and it's for fucking old people. Here's this new edgy thing that is not yet properly regulated that you can immediately jump into, and you can also feel very cool for immediately jumping into it. And you can move your, the money you got from your mother's credit card around. It's the rebranding of trading to an extent where they said, yo, even you with very little experience, you can come and do it. And then all of a sudden, oh la la, rug pull, rug pull, rug pull. That's why rug pulling is happening much more often in crypto than it does in more traditional financial trading markets, because there's basically just more people that are not as well educated on what they're doing participating in it. Ta-da. What the fuck did you expect? But that was to an extent to the point. To get more people into this so that, I'm talking about the rug puller specific, about the guys with the meme coins, etc., etc. Let's get as many fucking idiots into this because they don't understand how it works, and we can make a lot of money from their stupidity. There's another word for it. It's called a fucking pyramid scheme.
Banks to crypto. But the real goal is to rewrite America's financial rules.
Let me go and pee real quick.
The crypto industry is basically in lockstep with the US government to dictate policy that is favorable to them, but not necessarily to the American public.
Last year, pro-crypto members of Congress introduced a bill called Fit 21. The legislation gives crypto exactly what it wants: clear definitions and freedom from SEC oversight.
That has been their primary goal for some time now.
Instead of the SEC, crypto would answer to the CFTC, the same agency that missed the warning signs before 2008's financial collapse.
The reason why the industry has wanted that is that the CFTC is sort of being typically seen as a lighter touch, a pretty small agency. It's not particularly well funded, and it doesn't have a culture of investor protection.
Fit 21 sailed through the House last year, but hit a wall in the Senate. Then, the industry opened its wallets.
The Senate race in Ohio was a massive target of political spending, where the cryptocurrency industry was looking to oust Sherrod Brown, who is a powerful figure in the Senate Banking Committee, critical of crypto in the past.
The industry spent $40 million. Their guy won.
Fit 21 was kind of designed to pass the previous Congress. Now that they have bought so much support in Congress, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go further.
But Molly and Hillary see something more dangerous hiding in these bills: a chance to tear down America's entire system of financial regulation.
The Trojan horse aspect that I'm particularly worried about is that in doing so, the securities laws might be eviscerated for everything, not just for crypto. All the legislative proposals we've seen so far is to say, if this security
Sorry, glitched out for a second.
or this thing lives on a blockchain, it's carved out of the securities laws.
It's almost this escape hatch for anyone who wants to try to use it to completely undermine securities regulations.
All of this to benefit an industry that has a history of proving why we need strong financial regulation in the first place.
There was this major cryptocurrency market collapse during 2022. FTX was certainly the most notable example, but quite a few cryptocurrency companies fell apart during that time period as crypto prices declined.
People who had invested in crypto lost a lot, and there were some very heartbreaking stories that came out of it. But if you weren't a crypto investor, you wouldn't really have noticed that this had happened unless you were reading the newspapers.
Crypto isn't staying on the fringes anymore. Major pension funds are already invested through SEC-approved vehicles. States want to accept it for taxes. Public companies hold it on their books.
And I worry
Valleys, hey girl, thank you very much for the 4 months.
that even people who choose to stay away from crypto may end up feeling the pain of disasters.
A bust is going to come when it does, if the traditional financial system and crypto ecosystem have sort of fully merged, then we're ready to have another 2008 moment. As complicated as the financial products were back in 2008, somewhere there was a house with a mortgage on it. And with crypto, you don't need to have a house. They've solved the problem of needing anything.
I'm leaving the conference right now, and honestly, I'm a little bit speechless. I can't help but think that this industry is moving way too fast, and that people, some are probably well-intentioned, are building something that they don't know how to control, and it could blow up the economy. It's really scary to me that it seems like this administration wants to press down on the accelerator.
I mean, I don't know how it could like blow up the economy unless the economy completely links itself to crypto to an extent. And I don't think there's enough money in crypto right now that its massive oscillations can have a wider impact on the world economy. The only way that this can cause an actual crash is if all the money currently put into crypto disappears. And by disappears, I mean if all the people that are invested in crypto right now stop believing that it's a mechanism that they can use to make more money. So if everybody really quickly pulls out all their shit out of crypto because they don't think it has a future, there is so much money in there that it could cause a wider economic bust. Yeah, but I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening at all. Because it is for the super wealthy, of course, and more importantly for those that are closest to the rug pullers to make a lot of money out of this in the future. So, it's a new fucking commodity to make more money with. That's it. And there's too many people currently involved in it for it to completely die. That's it. That's why I think it's a bit like overblown. What is when it comes to how much it can do to the wider economy, etc., etc. Are there actually blockchain socialists? Yes, there are. And maybe I should host one to hear the arguments. Why the fuck not? We can learn something. Okay, now somebody we should learn nothing from. American fascists are nerds and German fascists are lesbians. That is the that is the timeline we live in. Okay, the leader of the AfD is a lesbian dating. I mean, in a partnership with a Sri Lankan, and she thinks that gay marriage is bad and that immigrants are dirty barbarians. And tomorrow is Germany's election. So I'm asking you, chat, should we be happy that a member of the LGBTQ plus community might be the new Führer of the German Fourth Reich? Or should we be pissed that this is coming? Let's see Deutsche Welle, the famously non-liberal news station, explain what we're supposed to think. They will most likely be second. The current leaders in Germany will most likely be fourth. Third are going to be the Greens, which I like to call the gardeners, because environmentalism without class consciousness is basically gardening. And second is going to be AfD, most likely. And the first are going to be the fucking Christian Democrats that just... a more right-wing version of Merkel, basically. The Christian Democrats have slowly started, in a similar way to the Americans, adapting to anti-immigrant rhetoric, because they see a pivot to the right as the only option, as centrists and neocons and libs always do. AfD most likely won't be second. I mean, I hope. Let's see. The current polls show AfD as second. You think SPD will be third? I think the Greens might be third. SPD, who the fuck is voting for SPD? Hugo, I'm in my garden right now. How dare you? No, I mean, that's lovely. Being a gardener is lovely. They came from the right Merkel, moving into the left, made room for AfD.
Begin the
SPD is plus 2% to Greens. Well, like, it doesn't matter then.
day with much of Europe holding its breath until vote.
Do you expect AfD-CDU coalition? I mean, CDU is saying that they would never do that. But probably CDU 10 years ago said that they would never talk negatively about immigrants and use fascist rhetoric in order to garner right-wing support. So you never know. You know that there's when you quite literally openly say that you are led by rational politics and not ideology, you are saying that you stand for nothing. And when you stand for nothing, what's so bad about getting a couple of Freikorps genocidal maniacs in your tent? Germany, Germans. Why doesn't Germany do a little bit of German?
FBI, open
up! Before we start, an ad break. Top of the hour is incoming in exactly 45 seconds. If you would like to support this cis white boy, cis straight white boy who is not a fascist against LGBTQ plus fascists, in German fascists, then do consider becoming a sub for $6 a month for free through Prime, or by gifting to those less privileged than you. And for every 10 gift subs, I give another 5. Indeed, the edge is edging. Ad plays in 20 seconds. Thank you very much. Let's check out how Germany is shooting itself in the foot.
Voters here in Germany make their decision.
Dumbskin, pigskin, yeah!
On Sunday,
thank you, Krill,
a new
Krill
child soldier,
Takuler,
subscriber,
for supporting this anti-lesbian bigotry here, you know? Hey, Hugo, an unrelated but important question. What would support for disabled people mentally or physically look like in an ideal communist society? It would be so well developed that even the idea of somebody being disabled would stop existing, if you get what I mean. The reason we classify certain people as disabled is because they are not able to at 100% participate in society the way what we define as able-bodied people are able to do. So it is a massive social contradiction that will have to be adjusted for in a society that wants to call itself as post-capitalist, etc., etc. So yeah, basically, like there would be massive systems in place to make sure that everything is 100% accessible to everybody with any definition of a disability. A very broad answer, kind of, but that's pretty much it. I can't give you anything else.
They go to the polls in an election that is expected to see a marked shift to the political right.
Also, in Star Trek Communist Future, we would fix them. I mean, if you invest enough in healthcare and technological development, eventually you most likely will not see anybody who, for example, cannot walk, right? There is a semi-isolated community that is majority deaf. This leads to non-deaf people being able to accommodate deaf people perfectly, completely negating their disability as a disability. That's what I imagine. Yeah. Also, how did socialist Yugoslavia treat people with disabilities? Probably not as well as it should, but better than the system that came before.
There is every reason for the economy to be the main issue in this election. Europe's largest economy is...
Oh, I love when we talk about the economy. What does that even mean, brother?
...plagued by stubbornly high inflation. Its GDP has shrunk for the past...
GDP, I am Deutsche Welle, I'm using all the terms. All the terms, I'm a decorated journalist. Why is mainstream media fucking dying? Maybe because we just repeat words that somebody told us to repeat.
It is migration, uncontrolled migration, that has dominated the campaign. A series of Islamist-motivated attacks have contributed to a growing sense that the immigration policy of the past decade has been a mistake. Many inside Germany and even some outside of the country say voters have to correct this mistake before it's too late.
With just hours left before the election, the parties have been making their final...
I agree. Germany should absolutely do its best to make sure that terrorism rates of bigoted mass murder of those who are deemed different no longer has a place in modern society. So Germany should support the Palestinian cause against genocidal apartheid Israel. Absolutely 100% agreed with this notion. Completely 100%.
Pitch. Christian Democrat Friedrich Merz, the front-runner to be Germany's next chancellor, addressed supporters on Thursday. The war in Ukraine, which played less of a role than expected during most of the campaign, has become central again after the US made overtures to Vladimir Putin.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, like the multiple different parties directly financed by the United States government and American billionaires, self-defined American billionaires, will have the audacity to speak up against American power. Yes, that has indeed happened once ever in mainstream German politics in the last fucking century.
Mit der Wortmeldung von Donald Trump.
With Donald Trump's comments on Zelensky and Ukraine, it's become clearer what's happening here. The trench in the Atlantic is getting deeper.
Im Atlantik wird tiefer.
Yes, it is. So how about you stop being a cuck and call for actual sovereignty against American soft imperial interests being the driving factor of European politics? Nobody's going to say that shit.
On Friday, Olaf Scholz addressed a large rally of his SPD party. He too said Germany should stand with Ukraine and was uncharacteristically direct as he spoke about the Trump administration. A favorite word in American politics is transactional. And
good morning. You only realize that once they stabbed you in the back. You know, maybe like the idea of getting rid of a cancer is catching it early and not going after you find it in your body, stage 5, where you can no longer do anything about it.
if you translate that, it means I only think about myself and I only do what's useful to me.
Oh, wow. But you didn't know that during your 4-year administration when you blindly followed absolutely everything that they told you should do. Yeah, yeah.
Ich denke nur an mich und mache nur, was mir nützt.
The Greens, under their lead candidate Robert Habeck, seem sure to be in the Bundestag, but not necessarily in power. 3 smaller parties cannot be sure if they'll win any seats in the Bundestag. If they do, it could make forming a new government harder. The Left Party are currently riding high, especially with young voters. They reject tough measures on migration and military support for Ukraine, and they want a fairer economy. Another left-wing party leader, Sarah Wagenknecht, hammered home a program that melds pacifism and left-wing economic policy with a hard line on immigration. The Free Democrats, members of...
Bro, what are you doing, bro? Bro, what are you... Oh, God, okay. Yeah, let's throw the immigrants under the bus. Fucking classic.
Of Olaf Scholz's coalition until late last year could potentially join a government again if they scrape into parliament. Meanwhile, all parties are wondering how much of the vote will go to the Alternative for Germany, AfD, and how loud will the far right...
Our queen, in which we swear, our queen, in which we swear...
might voice be in the coming 4 years.
This is... Wait, I almost forgot.
I don't know if people know this outside of Germany, but the leader of the far-right neo-fascist party, AfD, is actually a queer woman married to an immigrant with 2 adopted children.
Fucking and queen, fucking slay hard, sister. God, finally a strong woman in a position of power.
There was a Nazi. I'm Alexis, and I'm a pop culture stan, but today I'm going to stray away from pop culture and dive into politics. I have a bit of a unique perspective because I was born in the US, but I moved to Germany when I was 8 and I spent most of my childhood there. And there are federal elections in Germany coming up on February 23rd. So while I may not have a German passport and can't vote, I still think it's important to speak about the country that I called my home for so many years. Basically, the AfD, the Alternative...
She is not lesbian, she just lives with a woman, of course. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not gay. I just like to, from time to time, mail my dick into another guy. You know, it just...
Alternative für Deutschland, the Alternative for Germany, was founded in 2013 as a ultra-conservative, radical right, nationalist, populist party in opposition to Germany's immigration policies and its membership in the EU. It wasn't taken seriously at first, but in recent state elections in 2024, the AfD was able to gain a plurality of seats in the state of Thüringen, which marks the first time a far-right party has ever done so since the Nazi Party. The AfD's views are so extreme that Germany's domestic intelligence agency classified it as a suspected extremist organization. Now, in the upcoming federal elections, the AfD is once again threatening to gain even more strength and could even enter a coalition with the winning party, which would be disastrous. Alice Weidel joined the party in 2013 and became its co-lead in 2017, and now she has been selected as her party's candidate for chancellor in the upcoming election. Crazy fact, her grandfather Hans Weidel was a Nazi judge appointed by Hitler himself, who then completely avoided any consequences after the war and lived a normal life. What makes her so fascinating is that she embodies the exact opposite of what her party stands for. The AfD is all about anti-immigration, conservative values, the nuclear family... And yet Alice Weidel is a lesbian in a civil union with an immigrant woman of color with 2...
Fascism is playing D&D, but with IRL violence. It can stand for everything and stand for nothing at the same time. There is all actions undertaken by a fascist that are at the same time hypocritical and loyal to the original dogma. That is its power. And that is why it wins.
2 adopted children. And the gag is, they don't even live in Germany. They live in Switzerland, which is where Alice Weidel's wife immigrated to from Sri Lanka. Her wife, who is also a film producer, which, as a queer performer, makes this crossover all the more fascinating. Seems like fascism is all-inclusive. Alice Weidel herself is against same-sex marriage, and she's...
As insane as it sounds, it is. Just redefine what the in-group and the out-group mechanic is. Okay? If we develop social norms, which I hope we do in the next 100 years, but we're still somehow in capitalism, which is not very likely for us to develop social norms and yet still be in capitalism, you will unironically see reactionary movements based on the hatred of categories that we today might even consider also reactionary. It rebrands itself so fucking smoothly.
Quoted as saying she's not queer, she is simply married to a woman who she's known for 20 years. Imagine explaining that to your kids. So not only does she not embody what her party is campaigning for, she's actively fighting against her own right to get married and her partner's right to live in Germany. But if any of these changes get implemented, it doesn't affect them because they live in Switzerland. The hypocrisy here is crazy. Like, how can you dictate how other people should live without embodying that yourself? How can you find it within yourself?
Welcome to the 21st century, my dear friend. You absolutely can. Nobody cares. None of it makes sense. You can be Donald Trump, who advocates for Christian values, yet his wife is buried somewhere on his fucking golf course, ex-wife, so that he doesn't have to pay taxes for that golf course because it's classified as a grave. A man who talks about women as if they're fucking pocket pussies, yet you can go and stand next to a preacher and he will call you the God's manifestation of morality down on earth. The only thing you need to do to win as a party and neoliberal electoralism is to fucking virtue signal and say certain things. Arguably, you don't even need to pull off that shit afterwards. Like, you don't even need to do half the shit you're saying you're gonna do. People vote based on who they're gonna annoy the most. The internet has changed the whole fucking game. You know, we're Marxists here. We like to talk about material conditions all the time, and you know, for sure they impact one's understanding of where they find themselves in between all of these different pitches that these different parties put out. But at the end of the day, it's just you call yourself a thing, and then you have to be against the thing that the other guys call themselves. And you just ride that wave into barbarity and obscurity. The greatest argument ever made against Marxism is that the working classes do not deserve liberation. And when I look at these fucking orangutans, sometimes that black pill slowly dissolves into my already struggling gut. But then I remember that I shouldn't do that because it's cringe.
To actively fight against the rights of your partner and your own.
Wait, is that true about Trump's ex-wife? Fucking Google it, bro. Trump's ex-wife, a graveyard. Doo-doo-doo-doo. No. Why Ivana Trump was buried at Bedminster Golf Course. 3 theories. Theory 1, where is it? Trump really loves northern Jersey. Theory 2, Trump is running an elaborate tax scheme. And theory 3, Trump is just keeping it weird. Yeah.
Family. I can only imagine how delusional or brainwashed
There's
her
literally urine burns on it. God.
Immigrant wife can be. And I don't even want to begin to think of the children. Growing up as 2 adopted children of a same-sex...
Bro, fuck them kids, bro. Fuck that wife, too. Like, what the fuck? And this is a repetition. Like, for example, Serbia has had a president that's a gay woman, and she never did anything for Serbia's LGBTQ plus population. And yet she has an adopted child, which is illegal in Serbia, but she somehow does. And she's living in a partnership with another woman. Like, fucking Dave Rubin, bro. Like, it's you will always have this or that variation of a fucking Uncle Tom. But what's interesting here, though, is that she actually appears to be the leader, not just the face of the party. Like, she's the big boss, you know? So she's not just like Uncle Tomming this on the sidelines. She's the one proposing concepts to the German populace that go against the interests of her partnership, her lived experience, and her fucking kids. Her kids. Her kids. Germany has elections tomorrow. I wonder if that's why we're covering this, my friend. It's going to be a shit show. Yes, it will, brother. Is adoption illegal in Serbia? I mean, not for gay couples. I think you need to go and lie that you're adopting as an individual and stuff. But then if they catch you that you're living in a partnership in a same-sex partnership, I think they take the kid. I'm not sure. I don't want to lie, but I'm guessing that's the point. Same-sex adoption is not legal in a shit ton of places in Europe. On my previous question, what about people who have severe intellectual disabilities that not only can't, but also can't be independent and need their parents to take care of them for a lot of things? Would creating cures for certain disabilities have to be necessary? Of course, they would try to create cures for those disabilities, even during the development of the fetus, like finding them and trying to cure them. But if people are born who cannot, unfortunately, take care of themselves, there would be institutions, both communal and officially set up, to take care of them in the case that their family does not want to. And even if their family wants to, they would be given help for free. They will not just be othered to a state of borderline non-existence, because unlike in this system, your value would not be defined by how much capital you can generate. And because, for example, people with intellectual disabilities can generate no capital, in capitalism, they're no longer human. But in a system where it doesn't fucking matter how much capital you can accrue because nobody accrues capital, that will no longer be the definition of an actively contributing member of society. So they would not be othered, because why the fuck would they be? That's pretty much it. But of course, moving more funding into the development of medical tech should hopefully alleviate most diseases already at the fetal stage. And if they cannot be alleviated, there are other methodologies that would be recommended to parents that they can choose to proceed with or not. And yes, it's
Wonderful.
fucked up, but I am talking about abortion.
Subscriber.
Thank you, Broadway, baby. 916 for the sub. Thank you very, very much. Treatment, accommodation, and understanding before saying treatment. Yeah.
Ex-couple that denies that they're queer must be the most confusing thing in the world. My heart goes out to them. They're either going to swing all the way to the left to completely detach themselves.
Another big thing about the disease that people are born with is that with huge change to how society works, a lot of them wouldn't be considered diseased anymore. Absolutely. 100%. Speaking of soft imperialism in the EU, did you see Ireland has U.S. lobbying groups here pushing arms? They've been trying to get us to militarize and join NATO more. Imagine there is many such things around Europe, dude. For sure, like they're pushing. Now the long-term idea for the EU is installing exceptionally dependent on the U.S. right-wing parties that are at the same time going to push for the destruction of the European Union, right? And deeper connection as individual states to American interest. That's the long-term thing, which can be utilized by comrades to quite literally say, yo, you're screaming about sovereignty, you want to be America's lapdog. Our party is offering an alternative, actual independence from any imperial power, including America. Basically a harder play on the hypocrisy that is going to be coming from right-wing parties that are telling us they want independence, yet they just don't want to listen to Brussels. They want to listen to Washington instead. which up until recently was the same thing, but we will likely see a little shift there that can again be utilized, because normies really like those words: sovereignty, independence, national sovereignty, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck that means. Hey, our tribe gets to decide what our tribe does, not the other tribe from across the river. Herder, look at my big stick. Speaking of big sticks, Twitch really likes walking in my shit with a big stick and bonking me on the head, and you guys on the head, at the top of the hour by playing fucking ads. But I say no to that. So, if you bonk me on the head with gift subs, I will bonk other chatters on the head with gift subs from my own pocket, which will allow us to escape from the eternal loop, snake eating its own ass, of advertising here, and achieve a true adless utopia. Either subscribe or give to me, and I will give to those less privileged among you, because I might love money, but I hate ads more. Ad playing in 20 seconds. That obviously will not fucking play. I am adless, but still, I keep reminding you on how we can stay adless. Indeed, I am lying to my chat.
Pollsters say 1 in 5 voters have not yet made up their minds in what could be a very consequential, even historic election.
And joining me here at the big table is Suda David Whip. She is Vice President of External Relations at the German Marshall Fund of the United States. She's a familiar face to our viewers, especially when it's election time here in Germany or in the United States. Good to see you, Suda. You're a busy woman this week. I know you've been talking to reporters from all around the world. What have you noticed? What do they want to know about this election?
Great to see you, Brent. I think a lot of
The German voters must realize that they should not shit where they eat. The historical figures that they sympathize with are also the ones that led them to a war they were destined to lose, and eventually led them to around 7 to 8 million Germans killed. All of their country got razed and bombed. The patriotism led to that. Now tell me, do you believe, is that really a result of loving your race? Absolutely. It's fucking suicidal. Racism in the long term is always suicidal. Because who is the other, bro?
Wonderful. A new
Eventually
child soldier.
you become the other
Subscriber.
as well. Beautifully put. Thank you very much, Princess Axewound. Thank you very much for the 7 months.
the reporter.
Adolf Hitler, a great German patriot that led to Germany not fucking basically existing as a sovereign state for 60 years. Incredible shit. Incredible patriotism. That's like me coming here and telling you, hey, chat, like you're the strongest, bestest Giga Chad. Now take a knife and go prove to the world that you're the bestest, biggest Giga Chad. And then you get literally fucking killed because you're running around with a knife. And then I kill myself because I don't want to live with the consequences of having told you to do all of this. And then 50 years later, motherfuckers be like, yo, he did nothing wrong. That was actually a great fucking idea. What was a great idea? Pushing your nation into suicide, which dragged 50 million people down with you. Other people, I mean. Bravo. Incredibly well played, sir. We should play again.
Have been asking about the rise of the AfD, the fact that
The Alternative for Germany
the
party.
Alternative for Germany party, a far-right party on the political spectrum that is going to come in second place, most likely, and is here to stay. This is a party that's not too old. It emerged a little over a decade ago, and it has been constant at the polls at 20%. And the second thing that people are also most interested in is German leadership, especially during a time of uncertainty in the transatlantic relationship.
The GDP is...
Never again, but if again is right at the doors, we sit in suits on TV and we discuss it. Oh, man, you guys deserve to... I swear to God. Civility is a fucking disease.
As I said at the beginning of the show, of Europe...
Because the uncivil eventually come into your fucking house with machetes, you fucking quasi-civilized animals.
Its largest economy, Germany, has shrunk for the past 2 years running. I mean, we're talking about major recession material here, but this campaign has shown us that it's not the economy, stupid, as we've heard many times from campaign advisors. How do you explain this?
Well, I do think that the two issues front and center on voters' minds are migration and economic anxiety. The cost of living is up.
One of the reasons that Trump won, people are tired of civility. It's not even them being tired of it. It simply does not work. Yesterday when I talked to Mike, he made a very good point. I mean, he made a very good allegory of something that I scream about here all the fucking time. The Democrats are like playing poker, and the Republicans are playing poker, but the Republicans always look at the Democrats' cards, and the Democrats keep pulling out money out of their fucking pocket and putting it on the poker table. And the Republicans then feel like they're incentivized to keep looking at the fucking cards. But the Democrats have to continue appearing civil because that's somehow being better than your opponent, out-civiling them, or whatever fucking English terminology I need to use here. That's how you end up losing, you fucking mutt. Dude, I hope your bleep button never fails on you. That would be bad. That would be very fucking bad. Thank you, friend.
Finding affordable housing, grocery prices are up. Very common themes that you hear.
Like the enemy is utilizing absolutely every single tool at their disposal. They're cheating in every single way, and we're treating these elections as if they're fair. Decorum maxing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Among lots of Western democracies, things we've also heard in the last year's U.S. election.
That's right.
But those two issues are also very much interlinked with the geopolitical challenges that Germany is facing. I mean, the war against Ukraine by Russia accelerated the fact that Germany has some structural weaknesses. It was dependent on natural gas. It was dependent on exports to China and had outsourced its security to the U.S. And now it looks like...
And now the U.S. said, fuck you. You're completely reliant on us, and now fuck you and fuck your war. And we're pulling the fuck out. So it's America who fucked you, not immigrants, bruv. I hate this job sometimes.
Germany really is...
I'm getting shot, I fucking love it! It's the best job ever!
...due for a lot of reform. But at the same time, migration...
I got an air horn and I pressed the button!
...has been very much in the headlines because of a spate of attacks here in Germany on the part of migrants.
And I want to pick up on...
Bro, the whole West is falling apart and turning fascist, and the libs are on TV being all fair and balanced as fuck. Yeah, exactly.
This AfD, the Alternative for Germany party, as you said, it's expected to end up, the second strongest political party in Germany. Do you see this, the fact that it does have this strong support, is that a symbol of political failure by the established parties in this country?
So I think it's a mix of both. On the one hand, I think if you look at democracies, there has been a shift to the right. And so this is something that is also common here in the German political party system. And also because the migration debate has shifted all the parties, all the mainstream parties, also to the right. But also it is due to the nature of German government over the last few cycles. Angela Merkel was in a grand coalition, meaning the center-left party, the SPD, and her party, the Conservatives, governed together for 3 out of the 4 times she was in office, and that left a vacuum on both sides, on the left and the right, for fringe parties to emerge.
Oh, centrist parties doing absolutely nothing to address the general needs of the populace, which leads them to searching for more radical alternatives, very often in the form of bigotry, which then utilizes their disenfranchisement with the status quo to further fuel bigotry as a political platform. Who would have thunk? Has this ever happened before? Is it maybe cyclical? Is it happening again all the fucking time? And we choose to learn nothing from it and go back to the status quo the second things calm back down again? And after we've lost a couple of hundreds of thousands of men and women on the fucking fronts. No, let's talk about this in a very civil manner. Maybe we can find a middle ground with people that don't even consider you a person. Let's please do that.
AFD has.
Oh, but Hugo, what are you offering as an alternative? I'm offering not doing this on repeat every fucking 10 years as a fucking alternative.
Capitalized on the economic anxiety and the fear of migration.
There's been a lot of talk here about how the media is covering the campaign or how it's not covering the campaign. There have been accusations of biased journalists, biased moderators, TV anchors, people being planted in the audience, studio guests, for example.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What could go wrong? Cover German elections. There's no way they're as cringe as American. Oh, cover German elections. Ooh.
Election shows. How fair has the election coverage been, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, I do think that Germany has a healthy mix of media outlets. There's public broadcasting, there's private media, and also a really diverse array of media options for print, radio, broadcast. But of course, I do think that, maybe the German media is more left of center and has been accused of maybe being favored toward the Greens. A lot of journalists are more left of center, perhaps, here in Germany. But at the end of the day, I think journalists also are quite responsible and take pride in their work and do their best.
Yeah, I think being left of center qualifies being able to openly write about how Israel is doing genocide in Palestine, and I don't think that is legal in Germany. So, yeah, journalists are not left of center, because I don't know about your understanding of the political compass, but in my understanding, you cannot call yourself left-wing if you are pro-mass murder of women and children on a scale not recently seen. So, de facto, the point I'm trying to make is that in Germany, you cannot write about an act of genocide that Germany is supporting. Therefore, there are no left-leaning media sources.
Best to deliver the news to German consumers. And the fact of the matter is, this time, the AFD was allotted time on many talk shows and took part in debates. So I think they also had equal airtime, just as the other mainstream parties have had.
Yeah, it's a tough job. Either way you look at it, to make sure that everyone feels like they're getting a fair shake. So I want you to stand by, stay here at the big table. We want to turn our attention to the other side of the Atlantic for a moment, and then we're going to come back to you and discuss the impact of Donald Trump on Germany's election. Stay right there. So a question for you. How long is your attention span? How much bandwidth does your mind have? Enough to withstand what is known as flooding the zone? Well, that is the term media analysts have given to what President Trump has done since his inauguration. Bombarding.
This is like the 10th time we hear this chat.
Democrats and the media with an onslaught of initiatives, executive orders, and outrageous comments. A tsunami that overwhelms your ability to respond or react. On Tuesday, Trump signed an executive order that went right under the radar, it seems. There were no camera crews or photographers on hand when he picked up his pen. Just an announcement from the White House staff secretary. I want you to take a listen.
This executive order would establish important oversight functions in the Office of Management and Budget and its subsidiary office, OIRA, supervising independent agencies and many of their actions, and also reestablishes the longstanding norm that only the President or the Attorney General can speak for the United States when stating an opinion as to what the law is.
What Trump put his name to has many worried that a power grab could be underway in the U.S. With the stroke of his pen, the president claimed direct supervision of federal agencies that regulate stock markets, election spending, broadcasting, and more. There are dozens of them across the government set up by the U.S. Congress with a degree of independence to shield them from White House control. Well, is that independence now in jeopardy? Tuesday's executive order stated it shall be the policy of the executive branch to ensure presidential supervision and control of the entire executive branch.
Blah, blah, blah. They are using the argument that they are protecting the power of the executive branch to overreach into the other branches. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know.
This is not the...
Yes, that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what every branch attempts to do when they want to grab more power. Okay, yeah, that's fucked up. Okay. And also inevitable eventually.
First time that Trump has tested the boundaries of presidential power. So far, he has pushed through massive changes to the U.S. government. He's fired.
Yeah, that's the same thing that fucking Reagan did. The same thing that Bush Sr. did. The same thing during the Iraq War that Bush Jr. did. Yes, it is American presidents utilizing particular geopolitical situations, both domestic and abroad, to grab more power. It's how fucking neoliberalism works. But I guess now Trump bad because he doesn't love the EU, so we gotta say that he's the first one doing it. Obama as well, of course.
A lot of people, experts say that he is on some shaky constitutional ground.
Your mic volume is really low compared to the video. Yeah, I'm just talking very low because I'm fucking... What is this coverage, dude?
Grounds.
The fact that the president does not make it legal. In our system of government, the fact that any government official does something does not make what they do legal. The Constitution is what makes it legal.
But the U.S. president says everything he is doing is completely above board. In a social media post that appeared to echo the words of the French dictator Trump said, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." All right, let that one.
Okay, bro, German bro. Can you talk about German elections now, please, again, bro? No, actually, he spends the entire time talking about America. Yawn of the yonity yon yon, yonity yon yon yon, yon yonity yon yon, yon yonity yon yon.
The number of countries offended by the Trump administration's pronouncements keeps growing. Factors about Germans vote in a national election this...
Whoa, this man is intimidating. I like this man. This man is standing, not sitting. The background is black, gold, and dark. This man holds opinions that most other men on mainstream media do not hold. That is why Western media cannot hold him, and he is here on Al Jazeera being reacted to by another man whose opinions cannot be held by mainstream media. Yugopnik, la la. The two titans meet. What shall happen next?
Sunday, February 23rd. One in which
I always prefer talking heads that are a bit more poetic, and he looks like he's gonna be more poetic. He's gonna like use nice, like fucking intense words and stuff, which he should when you're covering a potential, like when not potential, but literal fascist rise in the country that has managed to perfect a fascist approach to governance back in the fucking 40s.
Which their political system is being put to the test. The polls have a far-right party, Alternative for Germany, or AfD, sitting in second place. Once considered a pariah organization, an apologist for the country's Nazi past, the AfD is now at around 20% of the vote. Germany's mainstream parties have long shunned the AfD.
Holy shit, this guy fucks.
Through the building of a so-called firewall, refusing to include the party in the coalition building that is so central to politics there. This is where the Trump administration comes in, a case of outside interference. The U.S. Vice President, J.D. Vance, has taken aim at that firewall, saying the time has come to take it down.
This is literally the moment one would want to break out the repressed theater kid. I got such a fucking crazy repressed theater kid in me. It's crazy. And he is bringing it out as well.
And Elon Musk has been boosting the AfD on X and backing it in a German newspaper. At the heart of this debate, the question, does engaging with extremist views risk legitimizing them? And as if German voters don't have enough to think about.
What? Why would a billionaire risk legitimizing a party that would support his interests above anything else? I don't know. He's risking that. No, my friend, he is doing that. He is actively doing that. That's the point. He's literally doing that, bro. Come on.
There's another international player in the mix, Russia. Its contribution consists of disinformation, fake news.
Yeah, and Americans aren't doing that. Okay, let's see the wording here. This is fun. I love doing stuff like this.
Taken aim at that firewall, saying the time has come to take it down. And Elon Musk has been boosting the AfD on X and backing it in a German newspaper.
So, American billionaire is boosting the AfD on X. Boosting the AfD on X when you're American and when you're Russian.
At the heart of this debate, the question, does engaging with extremist views risk legitimizing them? And as if German voters don't have enough to think about, there's another international player in the mix, Russia. Its contribution consists of disinformation.
Okay, so one is boosting AfD and the other one is misinforming. Waram bam baram do 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 da 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 done. One of these things is like the other. One of these things is like the other. One of these things is like the other. Both are the fucking same.
Fake news. Barely 2 months after taking power, the Trump administration has turned its modus operandi, planting the seeds of chaos.
Man, this guy's got fucking words, bruv. Holy shit. Talking about words. They're good, except when they're in an ad, like the one that is about to play at the top of the hour. Don't watch it. Don't listen to stupid words. Listen to smart words. Subscribe. Good words better than bad words. Indeed.
A democracy into an American
ad plays in 1 minute.
An export.
Amerikas Vizepräsident hält eine anti-europäische Rede gepaart mit Verachtung. Nachkriegsordnung AD direkt.
Vice President J.D. Vance went to Germany 1 week before a national election there and scolded its leaders for erecting a political firewall between their parties and the far-right Alternative for Germany party, and refusing to consider sharing power with the AfD. He said that in the country where the World War II Holocaust
Okay, how loud is the bra? Is the bra okay now?
got its start. And Vance refused to meet with the German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz. Instead, he got together behind closed doors with the AfD's leader, Alice Weidel. Weidel has described Germany's memorialization of the Holocaust as a guilt cult and recently rebranded the architect of that genocide.
Ich bin Ökonomin und für uns ist völlig klar, dass Adolf Hitler ein Linker war.
Thank you, Willoughby, for choosing good words over bad words. Thank you for the program.
Ich habe in dem Interview gesagt,
J.D. Vance was representing the new face of U.S. diplomacy, interfering in the politics of America's biggest, most important European ally.
Das gehört sich nicht. Erst recht nicht unter Freunden und Verbündeten. Das weisen wir entschieden zurück.
The idea of
that moment when you're like, Germany is being held hostage by Holocaust remembrance, but I will still use Holocaust remembrance in order to support a fascist apartheid state. I just don't want it to be used to stop me from doing domestic anti-Semitism. Thank you, SLXII, for supporting good words over bad words. Thank you for the prime.
The second Trump administration.
My mic is really low. Dude, my mic is normal. I set my mic on normal. I don't know. Mic too low. Well, OBS is being fucking OBS. Yeah, I adjusted the when I play the sounds. Yeah, but right now my mic should be fine. Is my mic fine, chat? Is my microphone? Jel mi je dobar mikrofon, ono? Jel pričam dobro? Or should I shout more into the mic? Is it good, my children? Is it fine? I sound fine. You're perfect, actually. Okay, thank you. It's low. I mean, it's on max, bruv. It's literally on max. Like if it goes into red on OBS. Dobar mikrofon, ah? Okay. Baš je slabo. I watched the clip. I watched it.
Demonstration is to run into a room, throw a couple of stink bombs, shout and yell, this place is a mess, and then while everyone is still wondering what's happening, your gang comes in, actually smashes all the windows and says, okay, we're in control of this place.
It's unheard of. It's simply unheard of for a U.S. vice president.
Okay, am I loud now? Now I'm
to
probably
interfere
insanely
in
loud.
German elections.
Am I okay now? Am I okay now?
Timed
Is this okay?
to make an impression
compared to
on
the video?
voters in Germany.
Now it's great. This is good now. Now it's too loud. You're good now. Now you're trolling me, my beauties, motherfuckers. Okay, we will talk like this. Time to blow your eardrums. And some other drums, if you know what I mean.
There's no other way of explaining that a US vice president would call for a breakdown of the firewall towards the right just over a week ahead of elections in Europe's biggest country.
The rise of populism is not unique to Germany. Given the country's history, however, the risk of it repeating itself, the implications are scarier there than in other democracies.
Ein Tabubruch, sicher, aber auch das Ende der sogenannten Brandmauer.
The German word for their political firewall is Brandmauer. Politicians built it in the aftermath of World War II to guard against any possible resurgence of the far right. In a multi-party system ruled by coalitions, refusing to share power with the AfD effectively isolates the party politically. But that firewall is now being put to the test.
I love when you build a firewall, but also hire ex-Nazi officials and generals and military personnel into the government of West Germany. Incredible firewall.
By the AfD and its new backers in Washington.
Lots of holes in that firewall, if you know what I mean. It's more. It's not a firewall. It's more of a glory hole.
Including Donald Trump's in-house agent provocateur, Elon Musk. Musk has waded into the German media space, writing a pro-AfD op-ed for the newspaper Die Welt. Then he platformed Alice Weidel, interviewing her on X.
And people really need to get behind it.
I promised myself I would do it once every stream. If you want the opposite of platforming right-wing voices and you want a fully worker-owned socialist streaming platform, there is a link going around with the Nightbot where you can get 20% off and 1 week for free over on Means TV. Second Thought is there, Hakeem is there, plenty of brilliant documentary makers, and I'll be there in around 10 days. So do consider clicking the link, checking out 1 week for free, 20% off. It helps the show, and you get access to really, really cool left-wing journalism, documentary films, even full-length films, animations, etc., etc. An unexpected ad jumps out. That's the only ad you have to listen to on YugopnikTwitch. We have no other ads. When I read out an ad is about to play, I am literally lying to you because otherwise it is very awkward to beg for subscriptions. Top of the hour is basically an excuse that Twitch streamers have to beg you for a sub. That is how it works, unironically. But yeah, go check it out if you're interested in something like that. It's actually a very good platform that I fully put my word behind and my support behind. So exclamation point means, I think, and you can find the link. Thank you.
The AfD, and otherwise things are going to get very, very much worse in Germany.
Yes, because...
But cracks in Germany's firewall predate this Trump administration.
The main shift was in 2015 when Angela Merkel...
Dude, this is such a, what was it, the 1984, like, the hordes listening to, no, that ad. What was the ad? Was it the Adidas ad chat when they throw the wrench into the big face that is governing every Apple? It was Apple, old Apple ad. Yeah, this, literally. Like, look at this, 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 look at this. Cinema.
Shift was in 2015 when Angela Merkel during the big refugee crisis in Europe, said, okay, we need to open the borders. Refugees from Syria were actually...
The reason we are struggling is not because we're an American colony, is not because we completely outsourced our infrastructure to the Americans that are now making us pay for it 10 times harder. It's because for once we did something decent and we accepted people fleeing from a horrible, atrocious fucking war. That is what we should be ashamed of as Germans. That is what kind of course correction we need to go on. That is the problem. The one time we did a good thing, that is the fucked up aspect of how we're governing our country. And that needs to go.
Too much of a burden for neighboring countries, Hungary, Austria, and others. But that created the basis.
And of course, the trans, the gays, and the DEI. Of course.
For the new AfD, a very anti-immigration party with very racist.
Sprich Deutsch, ja, Mann.
Attitudes and also.
Deine Mutter ist eine große Kau. Das ist mein kleiner Kobass. Ich habe einen sehr großen Kobass, ja.
So some of them anti-Semitic.
Brandmauer is a metaphor to define red lines that parties or politicians do not want to cross. If now a party is questioning...
Well, let's wait. I want to watch one. Somebody give me an ad, like an actual AFD ad. I want to see what their ads look like. I want to see what the pitch is. Can German speakers help a brother out? Kobas ist Wurst. Ich habe ein kleines Wurst, Mann. Mein Wurst ist sehr, sehr klein. Check DMs. Thank you. Thank you for the picture, but oh yeah, oh my god, that one's legit. Holy shit. That one's... Wow. Bruh.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
How about no?
Oh, there we go. Wait, am I going to be able to understand? Let us test. Wait, no. YouTube can translate for me, brother. You can translate for me, brother. You can translate for me, brother. But no, not German, brother. Auto-translate into the great English language, which these great German patriots love speaking in. Okay, let's see.
FBI, open up!
She grasps for the white snow. It looks a lot like her white skin. That is what we must defend. But the black is ruining that story. But now she's gonna pull us out of the black.
Ich schwöre, dass ich meine Kraft dem
White, more white stuff on the screen.
Wohle des deutschen Volkes widmen, seinen Nutzen mehren, Schaden von ihm wenden.
The German folk, the German people specifically, not the German country, not German citizenry, das deutsches Volk. That's a pretty beautiful dog whistle, if I might say so myself, indeed. The German nation, basically, okay? Their folk.
Das Grundgesetz und die Gesetze des Bundes wahren und verteidigen.
Blah, blah, blah. I love the Constitution, laws, very based, yes.
Meine Pflichten gewissenhaft erfüllen und Gerechtigkeit gegen jedermann üben werde. So wahr mir Gott helfe.
Basic shit. Except for the part where she says the German people specifically. I feel like this is a Bible verse or something similar. It feels very religious. Yeah, it is. And she's got that German fucking we are going for a walk fit. Like I'm going for a walk so hard. I'm going to visit all the great national monuments of Germany, like this one about a genocide. And then I'm going to walk to another one that's about a genocide. And between them, I'm going to stop and rest at the tavern that's right next to the monument of another genocide.
Und die Gesetze des Bundes. Wahren und
New Hitler fit drop, bro.
verteidigen. Meine Pflichten gewissenhaft erfüllen.
Pretty sure it's the oath of office of chancellor. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that was weak. I want something that screams more. Right?
The history of this country by turning the Holocaust experience and taking a relativist stance on everything that led to this, then this might be perfectly okay.
Oh, come on. This can't be real. And it's even AI generated. No to more refugees. But the refugees are infighting and they have 6 fingers. What is happening? What are they shouting about? And this looks like a classic German white guy. He's screaming at this guy. Why is this guy being screamed at by this guy? Ooh. They come to our country and they are very loud. We are here in Deutschland. We like to be very polite and very quiet. Especially when fascism starts coming back into power. We like to be quiet. We like it to be quiet when our country supports a genocide. But these goddamn immigrants, they tell us, no, it is bad when you do this. No, it's real. Oh my God. Yeah.
In countries with a different history, but in Germany, this is a line that a lot of people feel that shouldn't be crossed.
Well, it became quite clear that the Trump administration sees as its natural partners.
What? Okay, more. Give me more. Give me speed, give me fire, give me that which I desire. What the fuck? Dude, it's fucking pre-MLK America wants its cartoons back, bro. Holy shit. What in the fucking classic 1912 blackface but Muslims? Bro, what? I won't even warrant that with a fucking response, dude. Jesus. What's this one?
Und ich liebe die AfD. Wenn ich sie dann schreibt, dann seh, dann schaut die ARD.
What?
Und wählt die SP. Der Russen Ende tut's nicht weh.
Chatter, what the fuck are you sending me, bro? Chatter just sends me a random 20-like video. See anything suspicious here? Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. This one is incredible. This one is I love this one so much. I love this one so much. What will happen to these kids, bro? You know this is not the dad. This is not the dad, bro. Motherfucker wearing braces.
Not just in Germany, but also in Europe, which is shifting to the right, those right-wing populist parties. That explains why not just Elon Musk, but also US Vice President J.D. Vance threw their political weight behind the far-right AfD party in Germany that can safely be called direct election interference because it calls on Germans.
But I thought AfD was propped up by the Russians, bruv. I thought AfD was propped up by the Russians to destabilize Germany. Why are Americans also putting open support towards the party on the table, and not only, but even using their billionaires and their billionaires' money to support this party that was supposed to be anti-Western interest. I thought it was like the we love Le Putin party, bro. Or maybe that was just a very fucking idiotic way to fight, fucked up reactionaries by playing on Orientalism. Maybe it was a bad idea to fight racists with a little bit more racism. And I'm not saying that that the Russians don't put money into right-wing parties of Europe because they want to destabilize the wider region because of their own interests. I'm not fucking saying that, but what is this? But the Americans are doing the same thing, is what I'm saying. Bruv. Donald Trump recruited by KGB under codename Krasnov rumor. The libs. This is by libs, right? This is lib posting. This is lib posting, right? It's actually a long plan by the Soviets to destabilize America, because America can do nothing wrong and has to be foreign influence. You know, America is above making mistakes. It has to be foreign influence. Donald Trump, recruited by KGB under codename Krasnov, refers to an allegation by Musayev, the former head of Kazakhstan National Security Committee. The President Donald Trump. Oh, is he Kazakhstan's version of back in North Korea? They have to push trains. Does he have voluptuous tits too? That President Donald Trump was recruited by the KGB in 1987 as a spy under the codename Krasnov. Musayev first alluded to this in a Facebook post in 2018 and made the full allegation on Facebook in February 2025. The accusation spread across social media quickly, fueling conspiracy theories about Trump's ties to Russia. These claims by Musayev, however, are entirely unverified. I love we say words, and in 1987, I served in the 6th Directorate of the USSR KGB in Moscow. The most important direction of the work of the 6th administration was the recruitment of literally a business, of businessmen from capitalist countries. Hey, fellow communists, you know who's definitely going to be on our side? Rich businessmen in the United States. They will definitely love working with the USSR. Real truth about Trump.
The US president.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gold. We have struck gold. We have struck fucking gold.
The US president.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! Let's go! Yes! Full circle, brother. Russiagate is back, brothers. Let's go. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's watch this. But before that, I have to warn you about the top of the hour ad break that is incoming in exactly 1 minute. If you want to support us pointing and laughing at libs and avoid lib-dub fucking ads, do consider becoming a patron of this here stream. $6 a month, free through Prime, less in some countries. And for every 10 gift subs to those less privileged than you, I will throw in another 5 because... fuck ads and fuck libs. Let's go.
Is a Russian spy.
Yeah, brother.
And if that doesn't concern you, nothing will. Right, Sebastian? Huh? Hey, come in.
Wait. This is more conspiracy hour. Wait. I gotta make it more conspiracy hour. Wait. Where's my phone? My goddamn phone. Wait, chat. We gotta make it conspiracy hour. 1 second. Conspiracy hour time. One. Okay, where is RGB? 1 second. Okay. No, not that strong, brother. Not that strong, brother. No. We must conspiracy hour this. Oh. like this. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Evil conspiracy hour moment. Let us learn.
Well, there's this article that happens to be in the Byline Times. It's a UK
A new
paper.
child
It's
soldier.
quite
I mean,
it's quite a new
subscriber.
paper, in fact.
Thank you.
It's
Stop
making
giving
food.
a shit.
Is that what it is? You see Mummy making food?
Yes, the dog agrees. As we know, dogs are man's best friend and enemies of the KGB. They can sniff out a KGB man from miles away. And the dog indeed agrees. Also, the dog is white. That is important. That is important to this conversation.
Is she? Well, Donald Trump was recruited by the KGB under the code name Krasnov.
Krasnov has the word "of" in it. Trump's wife was also Slavic. And "of" is Slavic. She was probably utilized to get him to say things that are against his interests.
Now, these are claims by a former Soviet spy chief.
Yes.
Now, I'm just winging this video.
Usually, we absolutely should believe people who come from other countries and make their whole careers into saying things about their former country. I'm basing this on the knowledge of a voluptuous North Korean woman that tells us that in North Korea they push trains all the time and that they eat their children and then use their skin to make newspapers. This is all true and correct and fact-checked indeed.
Because I've got the article here. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read it for yourself. Now,
Thank
I know
you,
there
brother.
has been these allegations in the past, but very rarely does it involve an interview with a Soviet spy chief.
Yes, Spy Chiefs. Very famous title. Spy Chiefs. That posted on Facebook once. Famously, old people that are now retired don't invent stories about their previous jobs.
It should really worry you, because this isn't just happened. This is quite a long while ago now, actually.
Yeah, bro.
We don't know what he's been up to.
Absolutely, bro.
But it shouldn't really surprise you.
Well, let's write to bro. Holy shit, bro. This makes so much sense. Should explain why he's doing the things he's doing. Also, I hear that Melania is who actually governs the country. From the background, the often undermined state of Slovenia, right, is actually a superpower that has its hands in many pots of the Republican Party. They have developed an advanced machine they put in their vaginas that immediately, magically overtake the minds of American men which have sex with said Slovenian super soldier spies. That explains why their son, the great Baron, is
Wonderful.
such an
A new
impressive
child soldier. I mean, subscriber.
specimen. The first of many cyborg Americo-Slovenian god kings. Now, you might think, how is he working for the Slovenians and the Russians at the same time? Well, this is easily explained. Unless you are a disgusting, vaxxed autist. Now, keep listening. The Russians actually work for the Slovenians. Okay? Because, unless you don't know, they have also magic pussied Putin into their domain of influence. Get it? So, you might be right in your general analysis, but it is not the Russians, but the Slovenians who hold all the power. Do your own research and post. Now, you go to this link, chat, and you spread the truth. You go to this link, and then you filter by newest. You filter by newest. Okay? Thank you, Joe Rogan's buddy, for the subby. Thank you very much. And the hype
Trump
train.
is not
Thank
a
you
KGB
for hype.
operative, nor is he a Maoist. He is a strict follower of Pol Pot, the truest of true communism.
That is revisionist dog shit. Though Pol Pot is one of the original Slovenes, okay? I want you to go into this link and upvote this comment. The truth must be spread, comrades. The truth must be spread. One hype train at a time. I want to see this on top so that our great patriotic liberal here notices it, sees it, and finally puts a stop to Slovenian supremacy. Okay? What you all got wrong, it's not the Jews, it's actually the Slovenes. Do you understand me? It won't show on yours? Peh. Maybe your power levels are too low. Fuck, it's not showing. Fuck, son of a bitch. What the fuck? I was censored. I was censored by the Slovenes. Bro, I was censored by the Slovenes. Bruv, what the fuck? What the fuck? Bruh. I was censored by the Slovenes. Oh my god, no. No. Oh my god, no. They're coming for me. FBI, open up! They're coming for me. Chat, remember, no matter what